Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Hales? What's going on with you? What is going on with you?
Good evening.
Huh?
Good evening now. I'm good.
Oh, good evening. Yes. Good evening for you. All the way in the UK.
I. Oh, just
Oh,
telling little people they have no right to use your image and or try and imitate you.
yeah. He's a weirdo. Like he keeps coming back. Yeah. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, he keeps coming back. He changes his fucking name and he imitates my profile picture and my name, and he's just weird. I think it's a little kid, honestly. I don't know. Strange behavior.
It's somebody who needs to get a grip of their life.
Yes, it is.
If he wants notoriety, he needs to go out and earn it the same way everybody else does.
Right, exactly. Oh, we got our boy Lemmy in the house. What up,
Hey,
my
Lemmy.
guy? We got Lemmy. He made it into the syndicate. You feel me? We rocking and rolling. We getting things started. Getting things going. We waiting for Kamikaze to pull up. Sign on shore. What's going on with you, my guy? Wolf of God, what is up? I see you. I see you. I see you. Do you see me? Let's go. My guy Lemmy is over here doing what he does best, and that is multitasking, right? Me and Lemmy are some fucking multitasking motherfuckers. You feel me? He's handling some business back there in the back end, so he's gonna be in and out. But he is here and ready to go. What up, Wolf of God? What up, my guy? What is going on? Let me send this link to Kamikaze, get his butt up in here.
Hey, Nicole, how are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good also. Thanks for asking. Barbecuing and having some beer.
You're barbecuing, having some beer. Oh, what kind of beer you having? Foster's, Australian for beer. That kind?
Oh, it's some old Russian kind of beers.
What kind of beers do Russians drink? What is the famous Russian beer?
I don't know because we all always drink booze, but always found something home brews.
Okay, okay. Are you waking daybreak? Are you waking daybreak right now too while you barbecuing?
If I'm what?
Are you waking and daybreaking while you're barbecuing?
Yeah, of course. I always do.
Are you
How,
are
how
you
about you? Are you baked?
uh
Half baked?
well, it seems like I woke up like that, right? Because I was supposed to have a Discord voice call for a meeting, and it was supposed to be at 11 a.m. Eastern time. But of course, I did what Too Cold does, and I was up DGen hours in the crypto streets, and I thought I was gonna stay awake the whole entire time and take the call, and it just so happened I ended up falling asleep. My fucking phone. I don't fall asleep because it didn't. I think it was like 5 6 a.m. when I finally did. So I took a nap, I'll say, and my phone wasn't on. It was not on the charger when I like laid down, and so I woke up at 9:30 a.m. my time, and my phone was on the floor at 0%, and is just like pushed off the bed. And I woke up in a hurry, like, oh fuck, I missed the call, and so like I've been scattered everywhere trying to catch up with who I was supposed to be on the call with. They're busy now, so got to do another call. And then I have all these emails and DMs and this and that. And I'm trying to get it all taken care of before right before the wake and bake call. And when I have to move like that, it makes me feel like I'm so rushed and I just don't have everything in order, right? So like is for me right now it's kind of a rough morning. But we here, we made it. You feel me? We waiting on Kamikaze. Um yes, I know, bro. So we waiting on him and we will get this show on the road, right? Because he is the one who kind of picks the topics into which we veer ourselves into these musical conversations, right? So yeah.
Can't you have a bucket hit before we go today?
Have a what?
A bucket hit. It's like when you take the bucket and take a hit from the not bong, but you take the bottom of a bottle, cut it off, and take the lume on top of it, and then you drag it up from the water and fill the bottle with smoke, and then take a hit.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Take yourselves a rip. You feel me? The smokers
You should.
ain't all pulled up yet. I don't smoke though. I smoke cigarettes. I smoke lots of those. I don't smoke weed. If I smoked weed, I don't think I would get any. I know for a fact. I used to smoke weed, but if I smoked weed now, I know for a fact I would not get none of the stuff that I need to get done at all. Like it just would not be happening. I'm already scatterbrained and just smoking weed. It slows me down, especially when I first start smoking weed again after a long period of time. Then it's like being a first time smoker. I get stuck like looking at the wall or my phone with just like a stupid grin on my face. And then it takes me like 2 hours to text a message, right? And it just would be all fucking bad. What up, Kamikaze, my guy? What is going on with you?
Hey, what's good? What's good, everybody? Hope you doing well on your side, yo.
Yeah, what's going on in South Africa in the safari, my guy? It's evening time, right? I'm waking and baking. What did Wolf of God says? He says you on the other side of the world, y'all be wake and day breaking.
Yeah, we basically chilling. We chilling. I don't even know how to come up with a rhyme with chilling in the evening. Like getting ready to sleep.
Right?
I'm
You
trying to
feel
come
me?
up with one, but yeah. I'll just say it's one of those nightcaps. It's a nightcap. So yeah. How you doing on your
Definitely.
side?
I'm good, man. I woke up kind of scatterbrained. I was supposed to have the voice call that I told you I was supposed to have earlier, and I stayed up DJing hours. So I fell asleep I took a nap at like 5, 6 o'clock, and I was supposed to be up for that call at 8 my time, and I fucking woke up. It was 9:30, and I just snapped out of bed. Phone was dead. Had to throw it on the charger, and then you guys are hitting me up. I got emails, and then I got all these DMs I got to respond to, and then it's been hectic. And I was trying to get like majority of the stuff done before, obviously, we hopped on the call. Yeah, so we got Lemmy. He was waiting for you to get on the mic. What up, bro? Lemmy, top of the AM to you, or afternoon to you, right? We got evening time in South Africa. We got good afternoon in Atlanta, and in Cali with me, we have Wake and Bake. Let's do it. What up, bro, Lemmy?
What up? I'm in this thing. Just trying to, doing a few things at a time, but we working.
Yes, we doing what we does how we do it best, right? Multitasking and getting everything fucking done. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
That is how we
What's going
roll.
on with everybody?
Shit. Well, to get everybody vibed in, let's what Kamikaze, because I know you said I need you to send me that the finalized track, right, for Sonar Muse, because you said I played the wrong one. So I have a couple of them, and just email me the one you want me to have so I can delete these others because I get them all mixed up. So before we vibe out and start the convos, let's catch a vibe real quick. What should we play to get things started off with, my guys, that I already have on deck? Because the exclusive track is coming later within the hours.
Hey,
Go ahead. Yeah, pick it, Kamikaze.
you know, the one song that I always like, that is a vibe from me and Lemmy is Necromancy. Necromancy is one of those 5 tracks. So if you got that on unlock, yo, play that one. Cause yeah, that one needs to be spun a lot. Like that one is one of my favorites, no cap.
All right, there it is there from our co-hosts themselves. We're going to start Wake and Bake Vibes with their exclusive track that is only ever heard here at the Wake and Bake Vibes or the 2 Code XRPL Cookouts, right? Any of the calls that I host under the Cookouts, these exclusive tracks will only be played there. They haven't dropped them on any of their platforms yet or their YouTube channels. So if you guys ever want to hear it, you guys gonna have to. You can catch them on the recordings on the 2 Code YouTube channel, right? The Wake and Bake Vibes. But yeah, this is the only place you're gonna be able to hear these type of tracks until they drop them, right? So let's get into it and let's kick this Wake and Bake Vibes off with you know what I'm talking about. I can never say it, but y'all know the vibes.
That boy is fire.
They practicing necromancy. Oh, so you think you fancy by passing the little kids candy? A stimulus check to distract me. Whoa, it won't come in handy. I'm running it back like an athlete. I'm gone to November like Saggy. They checkerboard up like a taxi. I think I'ma start eating Zaxby's. Big fish, I don't eat Krabby Patties. Ethereum gas trying to tax me. Mainstream news a Bitcoin maxi. Whoa, I won't let them cab me. 6 senses for seeing dead people. Black magic, they practicing evil. Signs and symbols is making you see through. Transparent like a good use case. H-bar environmentally got good ways. Since little crazy job, giving thanks and praise. Consciousness higher now. What's the God in me? Mary, falling like I'm Terry. Rose Air, Jason. Scared representation. Friday the 13th on Ice Cube or phase on. You ain't talking crypto. I can't be what they on. Still rapping about lean. Must be sniffing on napalm. Minds is locked up. Niggas thinking they Akon. He on that XL and building his city. In the name of crypto, why you thinking like pretty? Niggas still selling they soul for fiat. Blood sacrifices, I'm seeing a lot. Can't even tribute, cause it was a ritual. Necromancy, dog, evilly spiritual. Practicing necromancy. Oh, so you think you fancy by passing the little kids candy. A stimulus check to distract me. Whoa, it won't come in handy. I'm running it back like an athlete. I'm gone to November like Saggy. They checkerboard up like a tag.
Yeah, fresh to death like my verses bring back light. You're in the dark and I stay in the light. Luminous flow, my aura's extra bright. Trying to buy my soul, no, all you can do is try, but I'll never fold. You think you're ill like COVID, but homie, you are just a common cold. If you ain't got it, then you ain't got it, bro. Watching the cabal falling like dominoes. Damn, nobody's greater than me. Got good energy and good energy. Making money on crypto, that's my prophecy. Unrealized gains, that ain't no prophecy. How words could be spells. Life's an illusion and no one can tell. Wishing you well by your wishing well. The world is controlled by the 1%. practicing and they be using spells and you can't see it. Because see you seeing is believing. Laughing at us while they see kids bleeding. Adrenochrome, these people be feeding. This is real life, now you ain't dreaming. Damn, does life really have a meaning? People are drowning because of things they are streaming. Life is so cold, life is anemic. We need some healing.
Necromancy. Oh, so you think you fancy by passing the little kids candy? A stimulus check to distract me. Whoa, it won't come in handy. I'm running it back like an athlete. I'm gone to November like Saggy. They check a board up like a taxi. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa,
What is up? You feel me? They practicing necromancy. Yeah. You feel me? Coming through with the vibe. Kick things off this morning. Was you back up here? There you go. Yeah, so let's get this thing rolling. Do me a favor, y'all, since y'all are here. Let's let everybody know we got the Wake and Vibes, the Wake and Bake Vibes kicking off right now. And we're about to get into it and do what we does. You feel me? We're chilling and vibing out. So, what up, Kamikaze, my guy? What is going on? What we getting into today?
Okay, so today we're gonna be speaking about social media and the impacts of how it impacts like artists and the way they roll out music nowadays. We're also gonna be talking about um, you know moving in silence, how being quiet and only speaking when you're ready to, in the like when working on music, how that impacts the way people engage in the work also. So yeah, just want to ask about like how you're an artist or in general in your work, like how keeping quiet and doing your work in silence and then just coming out and with something new or like the work done, how does that impact everything you do in work in general? So yeah, that's the question I have for now, and then we'll go to the next topic from there. So how does working in silence for you affect the way you work, not telling anybody what you're doing and then just coming out with something new? How does that affect your work, your workflow, and yeah, how people respond to what you've been doing? Because sometimes there's times where people are quiet and then people think you're not doing anything, but then when you come out, it's like, okay, you've been working.
I can speak first on that. So I've been making music for a while. As it pertains to music, I've been making music for a while, and it's a growth. Like, I can't stress how much whatever you're doing in life and you trying to become that in your career, it's a journey. You know what I'm saying? Like the thrill of just being a musician in the beginning. It's like what are you in it for? It's like, what are you in it for at the end of the day is what I always ask myself. That's what I've always grown. Like, some people want the fame, some people want the money, some people want the recognition. You know what I'm saying? And, I wanted it all. So, I was heavy on the social media. As you can see, like, lately I haven't even been on Twitter like that because it's just like I'm kind of like burnt out by it. I know what I want now. Like, but just to answer Kamikaze's question, it could be answered in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? I just want to answer a lot of these questions without being long-winded. Like, when I first started rapping, I would record everything. I would even put my damn studio session on Instagram. Sometimes I'll try to go live with my friends and we'll just do the whole set. We'll show. It's like we dropping the song on Instagram before we even drop it on streaming platforms. Like, I used to do that, like how rappers would do. You know what I'm saying? But over time, you find out how original you are, and your counterparts ain't really original like that. And I even encountered that in the XRPL. You know what I'm saying? Early from meeting Too Cold, you put something out there, and people are leeches, man. They start to take. Next thing you know, they doing a whoa whoa in their track. They got the same flow as you and stuff like that. So had to learn quickly. Like I can't be doing this. I can't be putting my creative process out there because people are just waiting for the next best thing, and they ain't really original like that. They don't know what it means to work hard and find your own sound. So I stopped doing that. I found I just started putting the work out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you see a lot of these songs come out at the rate that they do, because I it's like I found my wind. I found myself musically, and I I I'll only post things brand related to my brand. And a lot of artists, what people don't understand, a lot of artists that are on and sign can afford to do that. They can afford to like put an early demo of their song out, because the shit is probably copyrighted. It's probably protected by the label. And if somebody like me who wanted to be unoriginal wanted to go out there and take their stuff, I'll get sued. But as for me, little old Lemmy, if I do that stuff, I might be susceptible to Drake. let me not say Drake. Drake or the hottest. I might be susceptible to some hot artists or some quote unquote hot artists taking my shit. So most a warning to any up and coming artists out there: you don't want to put your creative process out there, because there's always, like they say, there's always the next one man's trash, and it's not necessarily trash. What you got is somebody else's treasure. Your treasure is somebody else's treasure, while one man's trash is still another man's treasure. So always value yourself in high regard. Always know that. Always covet and protect your brand like it's the keys on your XRP, and not your second life password. Y'all know that joke I'm talking about.
Hey, so I do agree, bro. I do 100% agree with what you're saying. People can start to bite your flow, start to bite what you're doing if you show too much, because now you're exposing yourself so much and your talents and what your secret sauce. So you won't really have a sauce like that anymore if you keep promoting what you're doing.
Hold on. Let me, you not muted, bro. There goes your second life password, and there goes your work in the background right now.
We getting your sauce, bro. We getting your secret sauce out there, bro. You get.
Hey man, at this point the shit is done and it's about to drop. So do what y'all want. It's XRPL gonna know.
XRPZ speed, XRPZ speed. That's how we work, man. Multitasking, XRPZ speed.
All right,
And
so
Kamikaze, you're trash, bro. You got echo, 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 low, 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 low. All right, go ahead, go ahead. We just can't talk while you got your mic open. All right, go ahead.
bad. So as I was saying is, yeah, people tend to steal your source. So like, it's always best to keep it under wraps, not talk too much. It's a power move at the end of the day, because um, once you reveal like your talents and what your secret sources, people tend to not see you as a superpower, if I can say that. They won't see you as something special anymore. So they'll be able to, copy you and stuff. And I've experienced that quite a bit, um, especially especially with what I'm working on right now, with Sonar Muse. Um, I've been in a place where I told a few people about what I'm working on, but I've started to become more, silent about it, because like There's people that say, okay, I've been doing this too, and I'm like, okay, if you have been doing it, why haven't I heard about it earlier on? Or like, even having a space like this, someone's deciding to do like maybe a podcast or something, or trying to get the sauce and copy what you do at the end of the day. Like I've had situations where you know people, it's okay for people to get inspired by you, but not like to a point where they're getting used to copying your sauce and stealing your style. And that's one thing that artists should look out for. There's those people that get inspired, but then they tend to copy so much. But it is how art is. Art is about that sometimes, just stealing someone's idea and improving it a bit, but then don't do it too much, because or don't show too much of your cards, because yeah, there's people who are gonna end up stealing everything. And yeah, I feel like, yeah, working in silence is the best way, because then you tend to, like, sometimes with me, right? I also did what Lemmy did, like post like live streams of me making beats, me probably recording a song, freestyling a track, finishing a track. And yeah, there's people that decide, okay, yeah, let's try do the same thing, or let's copy what he's doing. And yeah, it sometimes doesn't work out too well, or sometimes it does work out way better, and they tend to get a step further than you. And that's cool sometimes, you get inspired by that, but sometimes it could be a downfall, because then yeah, they steal your idea and they can get carried away with it. And we see that sometimes in the music industry too. I don't know. I can't really. I feel like using this guy as an example seems like too much. Uh, I don't know if it's far fetched, but like Future's dope, but then like Designer came through and he came with a similar sound. He sounded like Future, so like he people were vibing with him, but like people realized like, oh man, he kind of sounds like Future, is a fake Future. But maybe Designer was being himself the whole time. We don't know about that, but people kept saying, yeah, he's copying, Future style. Those kind of things, kind of, it kind of hinders you. And when people see that, okay, you copying someone's style, it tends to put you down. But if you tend to tweak it to a point where it's like, okay, you add your own flavor to it, and it's completely off, but you can hear some of the inspirations, yeah, then that's cool. But like copying directly and not even changing anything is an issue, which is why I feel like, yeah, it's good to work in silence though. So working in silence, to me, honestly, is a good thing, because you also tend to review your work. You can improve it, and people won't will be really really anticipating what you're gonna do next. So like Kendrick, I can use Kendrick as an example. He's been quiet for like 5 years, and he came out with this new album, a double disc, and man, I won't lie, that album is amazing. Like, yo, nobody ever expected him to make something like that. People were expecting maybe something like To Pimp a Butterfly or Damn, but he came with something completely different. Though some people are like skeptical about the project, but I feel like it's fire though. And him coming up with that new album, and just uh, like without even releasing any new music or letting people know like what is up, it just made people more into it and engaging, so that's one thing about an artist. I can talk more about like the social media aspect of things and how it affects artists nowadays, but that's another topic. But I do want to find out, like with Too Cold, in your scene, what you're doing these spaces and all that. How does working in silence help you out in what you're doing as well?
Well, yeah, for me, It's the I can show you better than I can tell you, right? That's my mentality when I do go silent or when people are sleeping and, questioning what is really going on with Too Cold. Like what is she up to? And then I have another personal reasons of why I keep things close to my chest, right? As far as, you know, um I have the cookouts. I have weeks in advance. I have projects weeks in advance on the schedule. Giveaways, who's going to sponsor giveaways, all of that. Like I have it all, organized and ready to go. But because of certain situations that I've dealt with on Twitter and a whole bunch of weirdos and exactly what you were just talking about, people trying to copy and imitate and do everything like, it's like, yeah, the they can't that and the thing about the secret sauce is, right, they can imitate it, they could try their hardest to duplicate it, but they'll never have that secret ingredient, which is originality and authenticity, right? So I keep it close to my chest, the things that I do and the plays that I'm making, and then I just cut, like you guys, I come out with a boom, right? Like, oh damn, I didn't know Tuco was doing that. Yeah, you're damn right you didn't know because I didn't want you to know, right? Like I want you to know when I want you to know. That's when I want you to know. So, you know, I it's people think that hosting these space calls is very easy. Oh, it's cool. Anybody could do it. Just throw up a space call and it's good to go, right? You just hit the plus sign on your Twitter thing and just get on the microphone and start talking. But in your honest opinion, out of all the space calls that you guys attend, are there any space calls that are quite like any type of calls that you come into when you come into Two Colds calls? And I'm talking on a recorded line. When the line is not recorded and we're just chilling, that's what we're doing. We're just chilling and we're talking amongst, a group of friends, a group of community that we've built within each other, and we're just shooting the shit off of crypto ideas, plays, and all that type of stuff. But when these lines are recorded on the Too Cold page, in your honest opinion, when you go into any other rooms that are recorded, are those calls as vibey as they are in here? Are they as entertaining as they are in here? Are they as educational as they are in here? Right? And it takes a lot of organization to do what I do behind the scenes. Like even though I have weeks out in advance of guests coming to the cookout, you don't understand how hard it is to continue to try to hit projects up, do your research, hit projects up that you think would be a good fit for the cookout. Then you have to talk to them about a sponsored giveaway, and then you have to make sure and reconfirm, since it's weeks out, I have to reconfirm and this and that. And it's just, there's a lot of moving parts to what I do. And I don't just host one recorded line, right? Today is the Wake and Bake Vibes. This is easy because it's my boys, right? We have our private DMs. We're communicating with each other frequently. We know what to expect, right? I don't have to go searching and hunting them down and like kind of stress myself out like, oh my God, are they going to show up? We're supposed to do it today. It's supposed to be, are they coming? Like he's late. Like, no, we have our communication in sync. So I don't have to worry about Thursdays because I have my boys here, and I know that Thursdays is mostly a music type of conversation and different. It's not just about crypto, right? Yes, we're all into crypto, but the main focus here is music and different topics of music, right? And then we have Fridays. If I do have a Fish Fry Friday, right, giveaway, that's a hired event for me, right? Like that's me. I've went out, either I've hit up projects to see if they want to hire me to do a giveaway, or projects have hit me up. Then I have to get things lined up for that show. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure I got music, which, that's not a problem because I have music on lock, right? Saturdays right now is Saturday nights with Jake's and Triple X Rated, and that's more of a free form, right? That's a call that is recorded, that is just conversation amongst three goofy hosts, right? And anybody else who's in the call. And since it's late night kind of degen hours, yes, we talk about crypto, but then we talk about anything and everything else in between, right? It's grown up type conversations. You might start, hearing about people having fucking sex in the metaverse or whatever. Like they entered Second Life and we're at a strip club or a brothel. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so, but it still has to pertain to crypto, right? And the future, because now we're talking about metaverses in there. And then we just talk about whatever, right? On some DJing hours. And then, of course, you guys know we have Sunday, the foundation of all of these calls, which is the cookouts, where the projects are invited to come and speak to them with the community and getting projects, trying to pin them down, lock them in, communicate with them. That's a process. Then we, to keep it lit, we got the giveaways, right? So now I got to talk to them about the giveaways. I have to keep repeating myself day in and day out to when I get projects to the cookout, because some projects never heard about it. So I have to explain to them what the whole cookout is. I have to explain to them what the trivia section of it is, right? And then we have the music during the cookout, right? We were doing exclusive music at the cookouts, but now that we have the Wake and Bake Vibes, we do it mostly here. But then I have the music organized as well, and just this. There's just so many moving parts, and here's a little alpha for you as well. There is going to be another call that's going to be starting this Monday, and this is going to be a bi-weekly call, right? And I'm going to have two co-hosts as well. Gorilla Jakes is going to be one, and Hales down there, she's going to be the other host. This is going to be another call that's going to bring another aspect to the two called XRPL cookouts, right? Because under this whole umbrella is education in an entertainment type of way, right? We want to make it fun. We want to make it entertaining and engaging. We want people to come and want to learn and have a good time, not just about crypto, but about projects, about artists and stuff like that, right? This is what the whole foundation of the cookouts are. So for me to just put everything out there and just let everybody know everything all the time, I can't. It's cool, like Kamikaze was saying. It is cool and flattering to know that you're an inspiration and what you're doing is an inspiration to other people, and they kind of want to take a little bit of your recipe and kind of get their foot going by trying to do what you do. But if they're biting it to a T, then yeah, that's a problem. That's like, bro, like you have no originality in your bone structure or something, and that ain't flattering. So that's how I move, Kamikaze.
Yeah, and we do see that in the music industry too, that like a lot of people tend to bite what is in, like Lemmy said. um yeah, we people try to bite the sauce and not realize how the process was and how hard it was for someone to get to that stage of making that sound that they have right now. So people take the shortcut and just copy the sound, but they don't understand how hard it is. And like as an artist, it does take time to find your niche, your sound. And yeah, there's people who tend to take advantage of that a lot. They take so much advantage of like artists who have a sound, and then they try to bite it, and sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. but we do see it a lot nowadays that people have the same cadences, same flows, and yeah, it is annoying. But yeah, some people do it well, some people don't. Um, some of the old school artists are trying to do this new school style. Some of them are incorporating their old style to this new style, which is dope. Like a Nas, or like a Jay-Z, those artists, even a Kanye West, they add their old flows kind of to the new sounds, the new beats. But yeah, there's those who just try to just bite, and it doesn't work out really well. And yeah, it is a problem. It is a problem in the industry right now, that it kind of makes music not as appetizing anymore. It does hinder how people digest music nowadays, when everything is generic now.
Yeah, and see, this is, I think we were talking about this in another space called, I think was Jake's there. It was, so it's like, you know, oh yeah, it was Jake's. Jake's asked, why are all of the, like 95% of the NFTs that we see that are profile picture NFTs, why are they all facing right or left, right? They're all facing one way, majority of them, right? And he was like, why is that? And I was like, because the original NFT, whatever kicked off this NFT craze, they took that exact same recipe. And instead of standing out and making them look different, by facing the opposite way, everybody is creating these projects where their profile pictures are facing the same way as, I guess, what Bored Apes Yacht Club on Ethereum is the one that kicked everything off, right? So majority of projects are imitating that, right, with facing that way. And you have very few that are facing the opposite way, but when you see the ones that are facing the opposite way, don't those stick out more? Like, don't those catch your eye a bit more than seeing the same type of the, and it could be a completely different character than an ape, but it's facing the same exact way. Like, even look at my Two Cold character, right, that it's facing straight on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that the artist didn't take it and face it to the side like that, right? But with what I had explained to the artist, you can't take my idea and face it to the side, because my idea for the Two Cold NFT is to a representation of the women in the world who are out there in a community that look like me, right? I am in the gay community. I am a gay black woman with short hair, and a lot of times I get mistaken for a man, right? If I walk into a women's restroom, because I wear hoodies all the time, I wear, loose fitting t-shirts. So, and I have very, very short hair, right? And so that's how I described what I wanted in this picture. And I was like, so basically just just draw a boy and just put a chest on it. That's how you could tell that it's a woman. So I need you to create this not from the neck up. I need you to create it from below the chest up, right? So that you can accentuate the chest area and make it known that this is a woman. So if you click on my profile picture, you'll see that at the bottom of the screen there's a little chest. You know what I'm saying? There's some boobies right there. So, but yeah, and that's the thing about music as well, right? Is if you want to stand out in music, you got to be different. You can't come in here if everybody's fucking mumble rapping. How do you think you're gonna stand out by being a fucking mumble rapper when everybody else is already doing it? Like, you got to set yourself apart, and you got to make yourself stand out with how you come out. Like, that's how I feel about music, right? I don't want to hear the same type of shit from 5 different artists, and it's just different beats and a different pitch in the voice or something, but the flow is the same and the jargon is the same. Like that's not like Kamikaze said, that shit's not appetizing to me musically at all. As a listener, I'm not a music creator. As a listener, I hate listening to the radio because it's the same ass shit.
Yeah, they have like they have a template, they have a structure, and they have certain type of music that they feed people. So yeah, I do agree. And yeah, with regards to yeah the cadences, the way that artists rap nowadays, yeah, it is the same definitely. And yeah, for me, I honestly it does put me off 100%. I tend to as an artist, I tend to try to find my own pockets on beats, especially if I get a beat from someone, and like if I hear Lemmy sends me a song and he does his thing first, and I hear his vibe, I can catch a wave, and then like I add a bit of his spice to my sound, and then like go on and explore my own way to carry on the song. So like catching away from an artist, and then doing your own thing is the is what I feel like should be done, instead of just trying to copy someone's style completely. You know, as an artist, it's always been like as an artist, that's how it is. Art, you always get inspired by someone else. Or art, even like drawings, even paintings, they've been inspired by each other. Even sculptures have been inspired by other sculptors, other artists back in the day. So it is normal to kind of get inspired, but not to a point where you base your style off someone else's style completely, you know. But I do feel like having your own style is always important, and sticking to it is important, because yeah, it identifies you as that person. Some people may think it's boring, like, okay, this person keeps rapping the same. That's who they are, but like that's how they identify themselves, and they stick into to who they are. Yeah, sometimes they they can go off tangent, but like, yeah, if that's your style, stick to it, and you will grow. As soon as you feel like, okay, I'm tired of rapping this style, of course you're gonna try find a way to improve. When out you've done too much of something, or you've finished or tired out something. So yeah, man, like you gotta know when something has been overdone, and yeah, just continue with finding something new. And I do feel like, yeah, there's artists out there that do this mumble rap thing really well, and then there's some artists that just copy, and they speak about the same subject matter all the time, and that's the one thing that annoys me. It's the same subject matter, same flows, same cadence, and it's nothing really new. And one thing that also puts me off is that, yeah, the subject matter is degrading. It's nothing that's educational. It's nothing that's building the community up, especially in hip hop, because hip hop used to be about building building the community up, especially the black community. We would learn from hip hop, but now it's more about like gangster rap, and trying to get women, trying to get bitches, trying to get high, all that stuff. Uh, getting money, getting the hoes, all that. Like it's just a single topic, and it's brainwashing people to try and live a lifestyle that is not really healthy. And
So
yeah, that kind of thing puts me off.
so I want to say something about just what you just said. So Kendrick Lamar did just drop an album. Future dropped the album not too long ago. I'm a huge fan. Like like I said, I've been making a transition on what I've been listening to. I ain't really been listening to nobody mainstream lately because of what you just said. The content.
Wait, where'd he go? Did he rug or is that me?
Yo, I would
No,
think
I
it was
can't
my
hear him.
phone.
Yeah,
Hey y'all, my
you
bad, my
rugged,
bad,
bro.
my bad. Somebody
Yo,
called me. My bad. Where was I at?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar dropped the
yeah, you were
album.
saying, yeah,
Am
yeah.
I like feedbacking or some shit like that? All right, I thought I was feedback.
Nah, it was
A
me.
little.
Yeah, I hear echo myself, but all right. So Kendrick Lamar dropped the album not too long ago. Future dropped the album not too long ago. I'm a huge fan. I'm not gonna say I'm a huge fan of Kendrick. I think that he's talented. I think that he can rap. You know what I'm saying? I like Future. Um but I'm starting to get tired of the mainstream artists and their content like the whatever they signing up to rap about. I'm not feeling none of that shit. Like even I didn't hear the Kendrick Lamar album, but I knew that it came out because when I was on the road, it came out last Thursday when we was having our space, and I was on the road, and everybody in the city was bumping that shit. And the shit that I was hearing, I wasn't really pleased with it because of the things that Kamikaze was saying. Kendrick Lamar can rap, and I feel like a lot of people are talented at what they do, and it diverts the listener. Well, I'm not gonna take nothing from Kendrick Lamar because I didn't hear his album, but what I was hearing, the songs that I was hearing, it's just like it's cut from that same cloth of, just what is this? It's culture of violence. It's culture of, yeah, these things are going on in our community. Yes, it is, but like it's deeper than that because I find myself rapping about things now and still being creative, but still being able to enlighten. And maybe this thing has come to norm where, it's just gangster, 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 bitches, 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 all of this shit. Like I used to, don't get me wrong, like don't I used to bump that shit all day, every day, but now that I learned certain things, I put accountability. I allow accountability to be a foot on my neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let me like you gon' I gotta look at myself now. Like, is this the shit that I really want to digest? Is this the shit I want to play around my kids when that time come? Like when I'm around the youth, like because the youth is hearing this stuff and it's just like nah. Like he's nice, he can rap, he put that shit together fire. His beat was hard, but it's like, what are we saying now? What are the images that we're portraying? And for example, Young Thug. I love Young Thug. What I'm saying? He's from my city. He's like a representation of what the city is. Like I love the street. I still love the ghetto. I still love the hood because these are places where I come from. But at the end of the day, it's cool to start somewhere. Don't get me wrong, because I started somewhere. I wasn't always the greatest kid on the block. But as I grew up, I held myself accountable. Like now you got massive influence on these children and they like zombies to your shit. You know what I'm saying? They're zombies. You got kids. Your kids are listening to it. It's like a whole conveyor belt of destruction for our people. For my people. It could be black, white. If you my people, you just my fucking people. But I do care about black people because this shit is messing up my community the most. You know what I'm saying? People are taking this shit and they running with it and they thinking that they can really do this shit. And it's like, nah, that ain't it. And it's mostly the mainstream rap. Mainstream rap has gone down the drain. So really, my friend asked me yesterday, you heard the Kendrick? I was like, nah. And I was happy because like 10 years ago, me would have been all over the Kendrick Lamar. 10 years ago of me would have been all over the Future. You know what I'm saying? And and when you digest a lot of that stuff as an artist and you take away from yourself, you start to sound like them. When you start listening to them all day, every day, that's why these artists are sounding like one another because they say that they rap, they say that they do this, but you know, they listening to Thug all day. And I got off the Thug topic. With Thug is in a major RICO case, like racketeering, like he's in a huge like trial, like shit that John Gotti, that a law that they made for John Gotti and Al Capone, and they're about to use Young Thug's rhymes against him. And Young Thug ain't got the most pleasant of rhymes. He talks about a life that he's living and things that he's doing, and a lot of people thought he was gay and thought he was weak, but you know, he come from one of the most deprived places in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And it's rough out there. And the things that him and his crew was doing is more than likely true. I don't want to dry snitch on the nigga, but like he was putting that shit in his music. So he's already implicating himself. Like if I was in Young Thug's camp, I would challenge him, give him some more creative concepts where he can expand his brain, because he got the capability to do it, but he, you know, some people just is immune to whatever they got going on. The music is coming, they're signed to a label that asks them to do this shit too. So, you know, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents with that. I ain't trying to hate on nobody, but me, I'm trying to put myself on a higher accord. Not saying that I'm better than anybody or I'm higher than or I'm holier than thou and shit. But now I just want to hold myself accountable and challenge other people to hold themselves accountable, because these are the things that's fucking up our community. You know what I'm saying? So that's that.
Yeah, as a listener, I feel the same way, right? Patrick, hit the request again. I accepted and it kicked you down.
Hey, I'll be
As
right
a
back. I gotta
listener,
get this phone call. I'll be right back.
all right. Yeah, as a listener to music, right? I don't like hearing all that violence and no, like there's no substance. Like I need substance when I listen to music. And if there's no substance in it that opens my mind and has me thinking, or you know, takes me to a feeling within myself like, damn, you're going through this right now, and yeah, okay, think about shit like this as as the lyrics are coming through, like how they pulled themselves out of it, how they kept going and grinding. If it doesn't have that type of that substance in it, like I don't like polluting my ear. In between your ears is your brain, right? And if you're constantly feeding that into your brain, you're programming that shit in there. And to continuously hear that noise and that chaos, that's gonna pour out into your life as well. So that's why I'm a lyrical listener when I listen to music. Like you have to lyrically get me engaged in order for me to want to keep coming back to that. Like it's like, damn, that's some deep shit. Like reading in between the lyrics and hearing in between them lyrics, like that I like, that I crave that type of music. So we got Patrick up here. Oh, go ahead, Hales, and then we'll go to Patrick and Sign on Shore.
So you're not a big fan of WAP then?
Who is who?
No, the song WAP.
Oh, wet ass
Cardi
pussy.
B.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's more X-rated's lane, right? What did he
Oh yeah,
call
the
that? What did he
stripper
call that
fight
shit?
music.
Yeah, stripper fight club music. That's X-rated's genre. And you know, okay, as a woman, right? Of course, as in the world, it is a man's world, right? Men obviously dominate so much of the world, no matter what industry, what field, whatever, right? And of course, the music culture as well, right? And especially hip hop. So when I hear these women, it's like, damn, you don't got nothing else to bring to the table than your sex, your ass, your tits, you sucking dick, and you fucking on somebody's man. Like you don't have anything better as a woman to help represent. Like So I mean, some of that shit is cool to catch a vibe in a club, or talk some shit to, or whatever. But digesting that shit every day, I ain't gonna be able to do it. It's not for me. I can't. Like,
I think the reason they do that, from some interviews I've heard, is that's them taking back control of female sexualization by sexualizing themselves, instead of having all your I don't know what they call the women in the videos.
Vixen.
yeah, okay. Speaking of that, I'm gonna play a track from a female who is of my kind, right? She is a gay black woman who does not sexualize herself, who is very lyrically talented. And as we
Is it Queen
continue to get
Latifah?
into, huh?
Is it Queen Latifah?
No. It's she's not old school. And as we continue these conversations, I'm gonna go in the background. I'm gonna dig around for a song. I know that there's one song I could bring up, right, specifically, but I want to dig around. I haven't tapped into her recently. I want to see if she's got any new music out. And I'm gonna go on mute and do that. But yeah, for women, right? It's like there's got to be there's more to it. And this goes to what you're saying, right? You're saying that you heard from interviews that it's them taking their power back, but now these type of women aren't they setting the standard, right, of how a woman should be in the industry? And for women who, what about the women who don't dress like that, who don't rap about those type of things, right? Who lyrically can go bar for bar and pound for pound with any man in a cipher ring, and not use sexuality and come with that word play and that consciousness of rap. What about those women in the game that get no exposure because they're not showing their ass, their titties, and rapping about sucking dick and all of that shit? You feel me? So we got Patrick, and then we got Sino Short next.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm just
What up,
listening,
my guy?
just listening while I'm working. I just got to say, I really appreciate everybody's honest opinions and everybody's view and like this general chat. 'Cause with Luna going on last week and all this stupid bullshit, it's nice to have a real conversation about like shit that we like and stuff like that. But um, on the topic of of listening to music, an artist having like the same style but having also the same lyrics. I don't know if you've ever listened to Atmosphere or Dessa, but Dessa is actually a female, and they kind of go in a group, and they're independent, and I don't know, I don't think they get as much respect as they deserve, because they have like somewhat of a similar style, and between their music, but it's always something different that they're rapping about, or singing about, and always like actual subjects and actual shit that's going on, instead of just getting bitches at the club or fighting somebody or getting money. You know what I mean?
Facts. And like Tuco said, you got certain music that's made for certain vibes, certain settings and shit like that. So I'm not taking nothing away from, none of that stuff, but it's like a balance. Like, and I don't want my particular balance. I don't want that stuff to be a part of my particular balance anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too much, because certain things can outbalance another one. It's like a seesaw effect. Like, is this shit gonna outweigh, or is it gonna be equal? And how will you let those things affect you as a person? So it's up to all of us to try to discern that for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Just pick each other's brains. You know what I'm saying? And to go off what Patrick was saying, a lot of the realest artists, they just don't get heard because they're not willing to sign to that label, to that machine that's gonna help feed their career and drive their career. It's just simple as that. Like, I know in the grand scheme of things we kind of forget that, but like, that's all it is. When you see a motherfucker on TV because they doing music or just doing anything, it's more than likely they're backed. They're backed by somebody that's trying to make their money back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wanna add on to what Tuko was saying. You know, with regards to like the women in music right now talking about like degrading stuff. Yeah, it's more about, they talk about empowerment by, selling their bodies more than, talking about the realest stuff. They not talking about like how women can, uh, build themselves by, doing more than just selling themselves and, being sexual. That's the one thing that I see nowadays. We're seeing women naked, we're seeing women twerking a lot, and that influences the kids too. It influences them to, think that doing that is what is the best thing to attract a man, or even, to be empowered, but there's more to the music than, being sexual content. And I see that a lot also with the music that is out there. The mainstream music, it's more about violence, of course. Um, but that's basically what the record labels, the machine wants. The machine wants us to all think about all that kind of stuff, especially now during the time of, you know, COVID and time of a lockdown. Everyone's indoors. We getting consumed by all these degrading things, and that's making us, less intelligent. We're now going to be into all this stupid stuff, and all these stupid trends. We're seeing all these stupid trends also on social media based on these songs that are out. TikTok is booming, and all the TikTok songs are, most of them are degrading songs. And yeah, what I can say is, with Lemmy, the Kendrick album, I can say that nah, if you actually do
Wait.
check it out.
Hold up. Before we go down that,
Okay.
switch gears. Let's let Sino Shore. He was trying to tap in. Go ahead, Sino Shore. You want to add to this?
Oh yeah, I just wanted Kamikaze was just about to, I guess, uh, go in that direction. So I didn't hear what Kamikaze stated probably earlier in the conversation. I don't know if it was my phone or what, but it was real low and I couldn't hear it and I was a little busy. But then Lemmy comes on and he stated, I know he mixed Future with Kendrick Lamar. So I'm trying to get his sentiment because it kind of confused me. I was a little flummoxed, or I'm flummoxed on what does he mean, or what do you mean by what you were saying. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of sentiment or breakdown. Like, can you unpack what you were saying? I'm kind of not understanding.
All right. So I'll go I'll go artist for artist. So Future, I'm a huge fan of Future's art. I'm a huge fan of like how he, his flow, the way he does his beats, the shit that he do. Like, I grew up a huge fan of it. But as I grow and I learn things, because his content, I feel like Future, his content has no growth. He has a massive he has a massive hold on his community, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as influence, from the way that he dresses, from the way that from the shit that he say, the lingo, from the lean that he sips, all the baby moms he got, and he got a whole bunch of money. Everybody don't got what Future got. So I don't know if it's Future himself that's like, hey, I'm gonna keep talking about these things and I'm not gonna grow, because Future got about 6 kids and they all watch what he doing. And you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not saying stop being who you are, but like, there's a certain type of growth that I believe you should have as just an individual. And there's no growth in Future's music. I've been saying this shit for years. Like, even though I love his beat selection, sometimes I'm in the club, you're gonna see me listen, you're gonna see me bumping, you're gonna see me dancing to his shit because it's vibey. The vibes is there. But in the grand scheme of things, every day pumping this shit like all day, every day, like some of my friends might do, or some of my counterparts might do, that shit is not healthy for our community and where we trying to go. Then Future, then Kendrick Lamar. I'm not saying Kendrick Lamar is not a good rapper. I'm not saying his content ain't good, because Kendrick Lamar remind me of Tupac. And if you go deep into the shit, like I have a few problems with Tupac, you know what I'm saying? And both of them, because it's like 1 minute, and I ain't saying none of us is perfect. None of us is perfect. But I'm pretty sure when you listen to my music and when you listen to what I gotta say, I'm consistent. Sometimes I don't, and this might be a controversial statement, I don't think that Tupac was a consistent rapper. Like people look up to him for his controversy and certain things that he did. And if you know anything about the music game, certain people sign up, you signing up to be something that you probably not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just talking on like a deeper level. Let me know if I'm making sense still, because I want to make sense. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sense too.
Okay, so can you unpack like the Kendrick Lamar? I'm from the Midwest, Michigan. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get an understanding on what you were
Yeah.
talking about with Kendrick.
I'm not
stating
saying.
that.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
And no, you were saying like it wasn't no progress. Like I said, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the full sentiment, but from a few things that I picked up, I was just trying to get clarity on, the direction you were going in. And you stated Kendrick Lamar and Future, and I'm trying to get the Kendrick Lamar side. Yeah, Future is, I just about share the same sentiment with Future, the club bangers and hits and whatever. I don't think he's lyrical, but he got some, I guess he's talented, but he got his following. Now, the Kendrick Lamar situation, I'm not number one fan or anything like that, so I don't want to seem like I'm coming from that direction, but more so your sentiment about Kendrick Lamar. You stated you haven't heard the album, and it's been about, if you heard it about 10 years ago, you'd have been in that wave. So what changed, or, like I want to get more understanding on that part, like the Kendrick Lamar side. Yeah.
Okay, got you. So I was saying that both of them dropped albums this year. That's why both of their names came up. Future dropped the album like last month, and then Kendrick dropped his last week. So that's why both of their names came up. I did not listen to the Kendrick, but I found out that it came out because I was on the road and I heard everybody bumping some new music, and then I looked on my YouTube and I was like, oh, Kendrick Lamar had a song with Kodak Black, so I'm like, oh, he must have dropped the album. So that's how I caught wind. And then I was hearing some of the songs that people was bumping, because I was on the road and people was bumping that shit like hard. And some of the songs that I was hearing, it was just like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because Kendrick Lamar, he's from LA. He grew up in gang culture and he rap about it. And that's what he was rapping about. And I was just like, man, I'm good on that shit. Because it's like, them niggas do that shit every time. At least the select tracks that I was hearing, that's what I was hearing. And then one of my friends sent me a song with Kendrick Lamar, I think the night before his album dropped, where he was like imitating Nipsey or whatever. And he was rapping about our culture. He was rapping about something that was our culture. Now, lyrically, the shit was a masterpiece. Lyrically, like I'm talking about as far as his flows. Like this is me really getting scientific and dissecting the music. His flow was off the chain. Like the way he be twisting and turning out of flows is amazing. But the content where he was talking about like drugs is our culture, violence is our culture, this and that, this is our culture. I just tend to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Because now that's gonna implant a thought in our people's mind that hey, these niggas out here killing each other because it's our culture. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's not our culture as black people. Like we motherfuckers have Black History Month every February, and they're not saying that violence is our culture. Not saying that I agree with some of those things, but just the content. Like I'm not saying Kendrick Lamar is trash, because I think that he's creative the way he come up with his flows. Some of his songs are positive, some of his shit is powerful, but then it's offset by this shit, by this certain content that I guess he gotta meet the criteria of his label, where he gotta offset it with some gangster persona, thug persona. And I'm just, me personally, I'm not a fan of it. I'm like tired of it because that's what I grew up on. And it's like everybody's more so clinging to that, to that side of the seesaw. And it's just like, all right, y'all keep asking each other while we murking each other, while we doing this, but y'all not putting no accountability on yourself. So that's all I'm trying to say. I wasn't trying to compare Future and Kendrick Lamar. I was just bringing out the fact that they both bought out albums around the same time. and this is just my take where I'm at, like as far as being a listener of music. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, you brought up Tupac in the way he because he was mostly like this artsy type of guy, and he wasn't no real thug and gangster. So if Kendrick Lamar is in the lane,
hit it again, X.
Huh?
I was saying, hit it again, X.
Yeah, if Kendrick Lamar grew up in a gang culture, a lot of people speak to that. I heard a couple of your songs where Too Cold is playing, and it's vibey. It's not a bad thing, but I wouldn't cut it off and say you are like this. Like take it and use that against you. I think more so Kendrick Lamar, and like I said, I'm not just trying to make an argument, but I just find it like how you can ebb and flow with the content, but then you take away the creativeness. I mean, or you contribute the creativeness, but you say it's mostly the same, or he has these gangster tracks that contribute to the societal norms. But that's what he speak about. I don't understand. I feel like it's I don't know. It's
you feel
more
like
so
it's a contradiction? Do you feel like it's a contradiction?
It
Or
is.
hypocrisy?
It is.
Yes, I do.
It's not. It's not because you can have a flow, bro. You can have a flow. Like I could be rapping like Twista and not understanding none of the shit that he's saying, but I'd be like, damn, that nigga can flow. But I don't gotta agree with what he's talking about. Just like a motherfucker, just like somebody can say, man, LeBron James can hoop, but I don't like who he is. I don't like who he is as a person. People say that stuff all of the time, and I don't hear no contradiction to no hypocritical arguments. I'm just saying that he has a flow. He has a flow. I can give credit to a flow and not agree with what somebody's saying. Like that, those are two different things. Because if Kendrick Lamar was just doing spoken word, and he was doing spoken word in a way that I like, I could be like, man, I like the way that he's saying his syllables and his cadences, because those are different. That's different from content. Now, if a cadence and content had the same meaning, then you would be able to have that would be like something that I'll be wrong about. But cadence has a different definition than content. So if this guy has a different flow or a cadence, I can like that without liking his content.
Hey, Lemmy.
What's up?
So Kendrick is like a woke gangster. Like, some days he want to square up. Some days he want to be from West Side, neighborhood, Pyru, and all that other stuff. So it's one of those things where it's not confusing to us, but it's confusing to the kids. Because in one moment it's like, oh my God, like he's our artistic genius, and then the next minute he's not like blatantly saying I'm a blood, but it, like you already can see it, and it get confusing. That's the same thing. I had a problem with Snoop Dogg when he was running the Snoop Dogg League, because it's like, man, people gonna look up to you, Snoop, and you fucking around, you 70 years old and you still a Crip. Like, you need to chill on that shit. But at the same time, you look at it on the other end, well, he's helping out the community, but also, he making, people want to be, from the hood.
So
yeah,
wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say.
Let me say something.
Go ahead.
Nah, it's cool. You can go to go.
I was gonna. No, we're gonna stay on this topic, but I was gonna, since X is here and we were talking about female rappers too, I wanted to get his take on that topic as well. And I found the track I want to play for y'all as from a female artist. So we could keep this. Man, shut up.
She's not getting her tits out for you, so shush.
Okay, as a matter of fact, it seems like we need a musical break right here because it's, you guys aren't arguing, but the conversation is getting intense, right? It is getting, and this is what it's for, right? This is what we're here for. And Patrick, I'm glad that you came up and said what you said as far as, it's been a crazy week and all the calls that you were in. It's been a stressful past week for everybody. And to be able to change gears and just talk about not Luna and not the red market, right? And just we're just in here vibing and having some normal intellectual conversation about the music and the music industry and how it does play a part in our daily lives, right? So with that being said, just in case you're
too cold. Hey, real quick, and I just want to say that I never said Kendrick Lamar was trash. He can rap.
Yeah, you did.
But I did. Well, if I did, I apologize to the whole West Coast. I apologize to TDE, Kendrick Lamar. What's my boy name? J Rock, all of them niggas. You dig what I'm saying? But I never intended to diss him. You dig? I actually like Ab-Soul. So
you the only one that like Ab-Soul.
Exactly. So I can have my choices. I can have my choices.
I've had some Ab-Soul music too. So with that, let's take a musical break. Let's catch a vibe real quick. We did talk about the females in the rap industry, in the music industry, especially the hip hop, and how lyrically they deliver a lot of sexuality and as well as in their videos, right? And my question was, where is the focus on the women who can go bar for bar and lyric for lyric without having to use sexuality in that type of wordplay and also in that type of visuals in their music videos? And I have a rapper who I believe, a female rapper, that could go bar for bar with any guy. Her name is Saya. She is from New York, living in LA. And I've been trailing her for years. I fell off within these last year or two because I haven't really been into my music vibes like that because of my own personal depression reasons. I haven't been able to listen to music all like that. But here's a song, and I want you guys to pick up on it and tell me, do you guys think she could go lyric for lyric? Now, this song is actually 9 years old. This song right here, it's on our YouTube channel. This is called Open. Let's find it real quick. Let me tap y'all in a little something, something.
Amen.
But this shit not.
I done turned LA into a vacate. This might be why I lay, but I'm always reppin' BK. The crit niggas be thinking I'm banging cause of my fitting. All blue Yankee, my nigga, this shit is different. I'm a Brooklyn bitch. Chain snatcher, I pull triggers. Slanging all this rock, you would think that I knew jigger. I do, nigga. Not really, we had a meeting though. Said they wanna sign me, but them niggas still sleeping though. Shots fired, y'all gon' learn today. And fuckin' with a fan, y'all gon' learn to pay. Tell Jay, give me your million, I kill a milli. Rap bitches be acting silly like I wouldn't really. Dig a hole big enough for all of them. Let's keep it 100 if I really want the throne. I bet I'll make you run it, chill, breezy. Beating bitches, my forte. But if that girl look like Rihanna, then I'll give her foreplay. It's okay. You probably didn't comprehend what I just said. If I ever feel threatened, I put money on your head. That's if I don't get to you first. On every verse, I bring the casket in a hearse, then hit the strip club after church work.
Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today.
I done turned the game into a free throw. Yo, bitch into a fan, now she flying at a Heathrow. That's beast mode. These hoes be trying to visit, but I'm busy. Got like 20 niggas with me, cause they know I win. I get it. I understand they want a free ride, no B.I. And Frenchie said he ready, but I probably go with T.I. I wonder how Iggy feel. If Puffy didn't cuff me, then I wonder how Biggie feel. The only bitch to do it is the queen. That's why they on my heels. Cause Nicki went pop, now they missing something real. But if you ask me, never mind. You niggas want the truth, you got a better chance with Federline. I'm like the Brat and MC like before the makeup. Soon to be the reason why these rappers take a pay cut. So fuck it.
But this shit not.
Hey, y'all gonna learn today. You feel
Yeah,
me?
that shit knock.
Women can go bar for fucking bar, mic for fucking mic in a cipher without having to use sexuality and say she'll suck your man's dick and pop her ass in the club and all of that shit, right? And she doing it with a full fitted cap. She got a jacket on in the video. You feel me? She wearing a whole nigga outfit. You feel a whole man's outfit, right?
Hey, but then she go sell out to really get that money, because you know you got to show me some skin if you really trying to, you know.
And why do you think she ain't signed yet? Why do you think y'all ain't heard about her yet? You feel me?
Yeah, because you know, old girls sold out. What's the one that wear all the suits all the time? The little pretty one. She be in the CoverGirl commercials.
What? Who?
She always wear like a little. She look like a bell keeper or something like that. What's her name? Somebody know her name.
Is
She cute.
Is it London or something?
No. She like an actress now. She was in that one movie with Taraji P. Henson where they was like astronauts, or not astronauts, but they was building rockets and shit like that. I figured it out.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know who that one is.
Oh, I think I know who he's talking about.
Numbers. Hidden numbers.
You said hidden numbers. Janae.
Yep.
Hidden figures.
Janelle Monáe or something.
Yeah, there you go, Janelle Monáe.
Yep, she sold out. I said her like showing her titties and everything. I said, damn, what happened to the
thing is, female artists shouldn't need to sell out to get a contract. It should be about your ability and what you've got going for you lyrically. If your only good asset is your body, then you're not an artist, surely.
Right, and in that type of aspect, you should just be a model, right, or a video vixen, right? And that's the thing, right? Is that's what crypto and NFTs is helping, right? It's because now the artist doesn't need a fucking record label, right? Is if they can market themselves and create their own community, you don't need a label. You get your royalties and all of that. You put your music on a platform such as Sonar Muse, right? And get paid for your streams and all of that, right? And keep all the rights to your content and be 100% who you are and how you want to be represented in the industry. Yeah, you may not get that fucking concert venue sellout at crypto.com stadium, but if you create your own noise and continue and build your community and your fan base, you're gonna grow to a rate that is gonna be recognizable beyond your own imagination if you are pushing it yourself, right? As an artist, and you didn't think you could get there. Like, I'm not an artist, right? Yesterday showed me it really was touching to see what yesterday's Expect Our giveaway did, right? To bring people who I don't even see at the cookouts regularly, right? But they pop in, and I recognize a few names that pop in and out, and these may be people who go listen to the YouTube channel afterwards, right? there's was so many comments, not just tagging my name and Lemmy's name, right? Because the giveaway was name an important person in the XRP or the NFT community who you feel is. That was the Expect Ours giveaway. My fucking notifications didn't stop all day yesterday. Like, my shit was blowing up, and it wasn't just like too cold, it was too cold because ta 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 ta. Too cold and Lemmy because ta 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 ta. Too Cold and Lemmy are doing a ta 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 ta. Like, it was the explanations behind it, and it was just like, damn, all right. Yeah, I didn't think it was that far and that powerful, but what we're doing here is it is building, we are building our own community, and we are making noise, and we're doing it our own way. Nobody is telling me how to run this and how to do this, right? I figured out my recipe and my formula, and I'm just continuing to add more pieces to it, but I'm not changing anything and of how I'm doing it, right? I'm just adding more pieces and getting more moving parts involved in it, but the recipe, the main ingredients are the same, and they're going to remain the same. And that's the power of being a musical NFT artist such as Lemmy, right? Lemmy's gonna have all the rights. He's building his own community. A female hip hop artist not wanting to show her body and talk about sucking dick and fucking, stealing her best friend's boyfriend or something. You know what I'm saying? A woman who can lyrically stand in a cipher ring can create a new life for themselves if they continue to just stay on the grind and own all their music.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of the mainstream labels. They have this like cookie cutter for their artists. And if you don't fit the cookie cutter, they're not interested, or they want you to change who you are and what you're about to fit that cookie cutter. So, I mean, I know this would never happen because Lemmy's got a lot more respect for you than that. But if, say, in the early days, Lemmy came along and goes, Too Cold, you can be on my tracks, but only if you stand there in a tiny bikini and twerk your ass, because that's how we're going to sell my music. Like, where's the respect for the artist? And also, does that artist then have respect for themselves to go out and go, okay, I'm going to go against my beliefs and do this because I want to get famous and make some money?
Yeah, true. Like that just brings like something in my head about like what me and Lemmy were talking about couple of weeks ago. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. With a song that we were thinking of making. Actually, a song that we've made, but yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later. But yeah, we were like, okay, the beat. He sent me a beat, and I was like, oh man, it's a drill beat. I'm not into drill like that. But yeah, it's not my style. It's not something I'm being keen on doing because if I do something that's not me, that's me kind of selling my soul, and I don't want to change who I am because of what's in right now. So I'll rather keep to my vibes, what I feel is dope, and not try and conform to the kind of vibes that are in right now. So like the reason why Lemmy actually thought of a drill beat was because Too Cold sent a video in our group chat with an artist who was doing a drill track, and I was like, oh, this guy's snapping. So I think I just led Lemmy on to thinking that I would vibe with drill like that. But nah, I would listen to it, but not jump on that kind of music. So yeah, if you do tend to, change your style because you feel like that's going to help you grow or become big in the mainstream, then yeah, you basically selling yourself. And you do see that a lot with artists. They do start off, with the record label. They start off as, how they came up. If they had a fan base before they got signed, they still keep their sound a bit for maybe the first studio album. Then after that, the label changes them afterwards, and then you start to realize like, damn, this person's changed. He's not making the same music that he used to anymore, and like he's basically a sellout now. And that's what usually happens. We tend to see that a lot with many artists. Um, like they even put certain artists in our faces, like industry plants. They put a whole lot of other artists in our faces that they want to push, that aren't really that big, but they want them to be big now because they see that, okay, this is the right time for them to start pushing the music for that artist. Yeah, we tend to see that kind of thing, and yeah, it's off-putting. So yeah, I don't listen to much music anymore. Like I still listen to my old school music. I'm still stuck in my past with like the 2010s kind of music, or even the music before that. That's the kind of music I still listen to now, and not I rarely listen to the newer artists. I just sometimes download that music. But with regards to Kendrick though, I still need to talk about Kendrick because like yeah, that's one thing that I haven't touched up on with Lemmy, what Lemmy said. So with Kendrick, his album, I honestly think it's a beautiful album because he this was his last album, I think as signed to TDE or something. So like he spoke about things that were, you know deep, and stuff that we need to speak about as like a community, as black people too, and even as people as a whole, like, all the traumas we have, breaking generational curses, all that kind of stuff. You need to speak your truth out there in the world. And if you don't speak your truth, you're gonna end up holding it in, and it's gonna stick in your DNA, and it's gonna get passed on to your future generation. He spoke about all those kind of topics. There's some songs, yeah, he had the vibes. Like there's a song called N95 where he's talking about COVID. He's talking about like, yo, man, in the beginning, it's like, hello, new world, I got some new tunes for you. And, they let us out now. Like COVID's over, but, they lied to us. He's telling us like, hey, they lied to us about like COVID and all that stuff. And he's speaking about it, though the hook is like, take off that foo-foo, all that stuff, that it's a bumpy hook, but the message behind he may have those kind of flows, but yeah, the message behind it, if you do look at the lyrics, it is deeper than that. And yeah, there's some songs that like, even
Hey,
the Kodak Black song, like, yeah, that song is dope. I feel like, yo, man, like having Kodak on a Kendrick song was like unexpected. I do feel like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is more about like, us as a community, we tend to tap dance around important topics and not engage too much into it. Like even now, right now, even the mass shootings that have been happening, we're gonna talk about it for a bit, and then we're gonna end up forgetting about it. And that's something that's apparent in everything. We tend to talk about something for a while, and then we don't take any action after that. And that's something that Kendrick was speaking about. So like with this album, I do say like you could try listen to it and then have an opinion about it afterwards. But I do feel like, yeah, this album I had to listen to it because, yeah, I feel like Kendrick is one of the only artists right now that has a message. Like I was expecting, last year I was expecting a Kanye album to be something better than it was. No offense, but like I thought it would be better than it was. Even the Drake album, it wasn't as good as I thought they would be. But like Kendrick was like sort of like my last hope in like the mainstream, on like how the music game is. So he kind of kept he kind of he made me feel good. Like, okay, he at least kept to who he is and he didn't change too much. Though, it's not like the usual kind of album that he does have where it has like a storyline, a straightforward storyline. This one was kind of, sort of a bit all over the place, but it did have a message, and it's all about, him getting through, talking about like all the traumas he had, abuse, going through sexual assault and seeing his mom get abused and all that stuff, breaking kind of the curses and admitting it, speaking about it out there. Those are the kind of things that, we need to hear. And that's the kind of music I get gravitated towards. So yeah, with Kendrick, I feel like, yeah, that album, yeah, are some songs that like you think it, hey, yeah, maybe it's because the hook is maybe what makes you think, okay, yeah, this song is kind of like mainstream, and it's not, it's one of those songs, But like other than that, I would say like Kendrick's album is is beautiful. It's beautiful in my eyes. But back to like what we were saying, yeah, man, music. Um, the whole thing is, for me. I do feel like we tend to you know uh we tend to just go beat around the bush with a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of topics, and like we don't tend to, find a conclusion or find some way to resolve these issues. And yeah, that's one thing I feel like Kendrick did, spoke about, and now it's more apparent in our daily lives now. I see it now that we always beat around the bush and we don't really, conclude these things or resolve issues.
So I want to just get you back off that, and I don't want to make it seem like we attacking you, Lemmy, but you're an artist. So I want to ask, like, who do you listen to? Like your top 5, your top 10? Where do you gain influence, or do you just listen to your own music? That's just one of my questions.
Yeah, I don't know if you was in here earlier, but I do listen. I grew up on hip hop. I love hip hop, but I said I'm holding myself accountable. There's certain things that I'm learning and that I'm adapting to the way I live and the way I move, and I'm drifting further away from hip hop. But if you want to know my top 5 rappers of all time, um, Nas, Lupe Fiasco, Max B, um, Cam, and Future. So that's my top 5, like historically. But not right now. As of right now, I took a break on hip hop. I'm like mainstream, all of that, because like I said, I'm just learning things. I'm growing, man. I started rapping about crypto in November, right? And I haven't seen none of these people on TV. I haven't seen them at least even try, other than Money Man and a few artists. I haven't even seen them try to break down any type of philosophies for our people to financially empower themselves. So as I get deeper into this crypto sphere, because I'm not a crypto artist, like I make other songs as well. As I get deeper into this stuff and I find myself like impacting people in a way where they can empower themselves like financially, yeah, I start to hold myself accountable, and I start to hold the others who I don't even know accountable. And it's like I'm almost boycotting you, because when I hear certain things, I've been hearing it all my life. Like to go off what Kamikaze was saying, Kamikaze likes the Kendrick album. I never made an opinion on the Kendrick album. I just said that I heard people throughout the city bumping music, and it's ironic that it was like all the verses that I was hearing, it was like geared toward, it was just like, nah, I'm good off of that. Like I know that Kendrick got good songs. I know he got good things to say, but it's ironic that I heard, I'm like, man, nah, this is not even something that I even want to break my fast. Cause it's like a fast. It's not something I want to break my fast to. No disrespect to what he heard and what he liked, but I'm just like, nah, I'm good. So, I feel like we can see eye to eye with that. If I don't, it's like the vaccine. I ain't take the vaccine yet, but somebody else might have, and I didn't diss them because of it. You dig what I'm saying? So, just I hope I didn't get too long winded with your question, but
No, No, it
I
wasn't long.
I just want to explain myself. I ain't trying to hate on nobody. It's just where I'm at in my life and how I want to balance things out. And, you know, just like the accountability is becoming a huge thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us
Yeah, I
talk it,
feel
but
you.
we don't walk it. And I'm trying, and I know we're not perfect, but I always try to strive for perfection, bro. Even though I'm not perfect, I try to strive for that shit. I'm a perfectionist at heart.
So in striving
I
for
feel you with that,
perfection,
bro.
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I do understand, cause yeah, I don't listen much to many like mainstream artists anymore. So like, yeah, I'm well reserved to with my music, and I don't listen to hip hop as much anymore. I mostly listen to like beats now, like lo-fi hip hop or even just instrumentals now. Or like I even listen to different genres now. Like yeah, because yeah, hip hop has become this whole, you know, indoctrination of, you know, violence or being sexual. So like it kind of puts me off. But like I wanted to ask you, Sinus, do you know any Midwest artists, or do you listen to any Midwest artists right now? Because I do have one or two that I vibe with right now. There's Sango, the producer, he's dope. And then like one of the artists that he's in a group with named Waldo. That like I feel like those two are really dope, and he's what like Waldo's on my list of dope artists. So like he's someone that I do listen to quite often. So yeah, I wanted to find out, like, do you know any Midwest artists, or do you listen to any Midwest artists that are pretty dope?
I mean, I'll I'll listen to just about anything for the most part to try it out to see what's going on. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't. If it's not for me, it's not for me. And what I'm hearing is more so because I'm not claiming to be an artist, but for an artist to come and state some of those opinions, see, it's only going to get rougher from here because he's Lemmy, and not, like I said, it's not an attack. I just want to get to know the person because I heard some of his music, and it's more so I'm getting that from the music from Two Code when she plays it. And then he comes in and he stated the Kendrick Lamar. But it kind of reminds me of that Allen Iverson, and I'll answer your question as well. But I listen to a lot of people. But the Allen Iverson or Kobe situation, even though Kobe stayed in LA, he won his championships, blase split. Allen Iverson stayed stagnated because he didn't take it as serious, or he wanted to prove a point, and he didn't win the championship. Everybody know you get in the game, you want to win championships, but for the most part, he felt comfortable with the money. So he don't want the accolades of the title. But that kind of like hindered his career because he could have went elsewhere. He could have done those extra steps and took it more serious. So with I mean, even if you're staying the same, like when you were Kamikaze, you were stating about Kendrick Lamar and Lemmy was saying as well, you progression. He said 10 years ago, he would have been bumping it. So there is a disconnect. So I'm trying to find his disconnect on what he was stating about Kendrick Lamar. And like I said, it's not an attack campaign. It's more so what, because comedians do it. They don't want to oversaturate themselves by influence of listening to other people's jokes and gain influence. And maybe you sound alike, or the concept of hearing someone else's music, but I'm not following again. And it's more so like, yeah, it's very contradictory because maybe the music isn't for you, but to state it or dress it up how you were doing it is more so getting into semantics, where it's like you're trying to shock us into or just present yourself as such. I've heard some of your lyrics, and I'll say you sound like this or that person, and you're not even trying to. You're rapping, you're flowing, you're doing your thing, and it's not just the cadence, it's what you're saying. So the message that you're trying to send, and I can perceive that or take that and place that line, that bar, that sentiment, or the way you expressed it to another artist, and you might not even agree with that artist. You might not listen to that artist. You guys are saying a lot of names and nobody heard them. Like I haven't heard of them, but I wouldn't take that away and say, hey, this, that, or the third. So I'll clean it up here and say it's more so like I'm still confused on the Kendrick Lamar situation. I understand freaking Future. He's like this. You know, you get those bangers. But Kendrick has been on a rampage since he entered the game. And even by staying consistent or staying in that lane, yes, he still was influenced. His music is he brings jazz, soul, and all of these ways of creativity into his message. So that's where I'm kind of like, so what do you listen to? Like, who do you listen to? Where do you get your inspiration from? Besides, like an outside influence, not just the crypto. That's more so that'll be like the cause and effect situation I'm speaking about. But where do you gain your influence besides like the direction that you're going in? Because Kendrick brought so much notoriety to a lot of issues that your like Nas couldn't just do this, or Future couldn't do it. I can't think of all the other your top 5 that you were stating. Those people, he set himself into his own lane.
Lupe could because he's influenced by Lupe. He's influenced by Andre 3000. He's influenced by Eminem. When you hear Kendrick Lamar, you hear those artists. So Lupe is in my top 5 as well. Kendrick Lamar he sounds like other people too. He just took it to a whole nother level. And see, that's why I give him his credit. He flowing, man. I didn't say Kendrick Lamar was trash. And I'm gonna go back to the LeBron James thing because a lot of people had this love-hate thing with LeBron James. They say, man, LeBron, Kobe too. Kobe, man, that motherfucker can hoop. But I hate that nigga because he snitched on Shaq. So you know what I'm saying? And people get away with that. So if they can get away with that, I feel like I can say this too. He can rap. His flows is fire. His delivery is crazy. But me, I've outgrown the content, bro. I've been listening to music my whole life. I listen to hip hop. I grew up in a Jamaican household. I listen to reggae, dancehall, R&B. Like my influence is like my musical brain is like. It's like a hard drive. So really, I don't even gotta listen to nobody no more. Honestly, I don't want to sound like full of myself, but I don't have to listen to nobody no more because I know the foundation of flows. I feel like I know the sounds of music, and I can formulate my own sound. So I'm just saying that I've outgrown. Like I said, I haven't listened to the Kendrick Lamar album. I haven't listened to his recent album. His other albums are good, but as of listening to it right now, I'm just straight. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Like anything mainstream, I'm straight because certain things that I've learned, like bro, and my comments, they're not the most popular comments. So even sometimes I don't even want to say it, but I know that it's true. You know, uh, 90 to 95% of the people on mainstream, they're bought in to carry out in a certain agenda that's gonna have particularly our black community like in a frenzy, like hypnotized, like, yo, this is something that I want to do. This is something that I need to do, and it ain't the thing to do. So, sometimes I just stray away from saying it because everybody ain't thinking like me. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my accountability starts to get held, where yeah, the album might be hard, but I'm like, man, I don't want to get back into that type of realm. I don't want to get back into that type of vibe. I'm on like my frequency is high, and I'm not trying to belittle nobody in front of me. It's just the frequency that I'm on is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's almost like a if you know thing. Cause like I said, I don't want to ruffle no feathers. I ain't here for that. I ain't here for that. But I'm still gonna speak my truth because, like Kamikaze said, Kendrick is speaking his truth. So I hope I'm answering your question in a way, like, and I'm down to talk to you about it. I don't feel like you attacking me, bro. I don't feel like you attacking me because it took me a minute to get where I'm at, where I can express these things. You know what I'm saying? And I lost. I ain't gonna say I lost a lot of friends, but I don't really be kicking it with nobody, and I'm cool with that. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Because I know through observation, through observation and just learning things, I validated myself. You know what I'm saying? I it's almost like lifting weights. Like I did the work and now I'm just reaping the benefits and I feel free because of it. So, it's all good. And if I sound like somebody to you, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna please everybody, but I know that I found a sound and I found a lane that I like personally, and and I know what I want out of the game. AI wanted a chip. He wanted a championship ring. He wanted those things. Me, bruh, I might not even want the chip. I might just want the generational wealth. I don't even want the fame no more. That's how I feel about this whole American game. I don't even want the fame. I don't want to. I don't really care if I'm seen. I haven't even been on Twitter like that, bro. Like, I know I invested into this crypto. I know what I put my investments in, and I really want that generational wealth for me and my family. And if I'm able to make music and try to empower people and put a timeline of my work out there that that I tried to tell y'all about it, then I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is more so what you want out of this game, and I know what I want now, because at first I didn't know what I wanted. I thought I wanted it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good dialogue, bro. Don't feel like you attacking me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all love,
Yeah.
bro. It's all love. We
Oh
growing,
yeah,
we
because
building,
I
we
wouldn't
doing our
care.
thing. Yeah,
It's just more
It's a
so trying to
healthy
make that
debate.
connection. So I can, when I hear your music, I know the sentiment. I know or trying to get to know the man behind the music. So in that, I would just say, if you listen to Kendrick Lamar in the past, then you have more in store for the future. But how you're stating it is just seem more so like you were never a fan. So I don't get how you relaying this message of this nature, because it's the content. You stated you outgrown the content and you don't want to, and you're operating on a higher frequency, a higher vibe, so people can change their life around, so you can gain, so you can influence people for generational wealth. By listening to Kendrick, it changed me as well.
Yeah.
Trying to get money, and I've never been a gangster. Like, I've never tried that shit. I'm just me. If I got into a few kerfuffles or whatnot, that'll be my expectation of what I'll speak about. But more so to how you're putting it, like I said, that's just make me want to, learn more about it. Dealing with controversial or controversy type of topics of this nature. When you came out and said that, I'm like, so who would this person listen to? If out of all the things that's out here, Kendrick is like one of those standout guys. So if you don't want to listen to Kendrick, that's why I want to know like more about Lemmy himself. You know what I'm saying? Besides the music, or besides me listening to his music, we have the man right here. So yeah, I wouldn't dare try to attack you, because if I didn't like the music, somebody else will. But more so, I've heard your a couple of songs and features of you and Tuco played, and I'm like, damn, that's hot that a person taking the crypto vibes, and then I think she played Necromancer earlier. So I'm like, when you stepped in and said that, like I said, I couldn't hear anything Kamikaze said earlier. I don't know if it was my phone, but it was like real low. And I'm like, what? Okay, so what did he say that made him say this, or what was that vibe? So that's why I'm just trying to figure out what the hell happened, and then your sentiment on that as well. So yeah, it's not an attack. I wouldn't, that wouldn't be it.
Yeah, for
me on my part. But yeah, like Kendrick is not even. I mean, to me, he took himself, because I'll say Eminem. I'm from the D. Eminem is one of my guys, but when I'm listening to Eminem, I like that weird ass shit that he be saying, coming from, white dudes. And knowing that he lived clearly 6 blocks from me off Chalmers area at the time that I was staying over there. And knowing that this dude dealt with some of this shit and he can identify with some of it, I didn't just label him as like one of my favorite, but I just identified with some of the stuff that he was saying. Now, I'm not going Jason and raping women in the songs, but it's the way you can express, even if it's weird, even if it's demeaning, even if it's like this rapey type of mental maniac killer, and to take that like censorship. I think somebody else was Tuco played the girl, and she was like, the girl can handle, going in this, that, and the third, and the chick was gangster as hell. And I'm like, shit, there's plenty of them that could get jiggy with that shit and have some amazing battles without fisticuffs or whatever. But more so when you in that arena, like those dudes gonna challenge you. Like I look to be an artist, or I put out a, I'm not no big guy or no, like I tried it before. I went in the studio and tried it, but I will take inspiration from even some garbage shit and try to make it better. Like I feel like I have my own sound, but like one of those top dudes, yeah, you will be getting yourself into a lot. And I'm like, I don't wish no hurt or nothing like that, but you will have to really explain this to people who really deep dive into that, because music is like one of my outlets. And man, I listen to classical music, light classical, the whole spectrum, except like that heavy metal roaring, screaming and shit. I wouldn't do that. But music for me is like this outlet, but it also invites a lot of creativity in. But when you express how, like I seen that Future, so I don't want to sound like I'm speaking in circles, just more so trying to tie it all in. But when I hear that, and I'm like, what the hell did Kamikaze just say to have him say that? So I don't even know if that was the influence, but like I said, I didn't hear it. But when you're speaking, yeah, you're gonna have a little pushback, a little kickback. And like I don't even idolize it. I just totally respect how a person can take those type of lyrics coming from where he coming from and use that as an inspirational message. Whether it's the boom, bap, clap to the soul that he has in his output and the people that he's trying to reach. Even we can go to I'll name a few artists later, but we'll take those people and nobody's going to stay in that lane. Jay even excelled and tried to take his lyrics to more so like with Jay Electronica. You want to make some form of progress, but staying true to your roots. So if that's, I'm feeling like that's where you're going. So that's why I say, like, I'm not trying to, like chew you up or whatever. But at the same time, I just really want to know, like, do you not like Kendrick and you not saying it? Or do you really feel like you're tired of his bullshit and you want to make your stance? Because like I said, that's only driving me to want to hear more of this Lemmy music. It really
no, bruh. No. Like, so I feel like I feel like I could not want to listen to his album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. That's where I'm at with it. He's fire, bruh. He can rap. He can do all of that shit. I just don't. Look, man, it's like, all right, like, I don't want to go church on motherfuckers, but it's like, you got God and you got the devil. God is letting you through his door. The devil is letting you through his. The devil got all of these songs that I grew up listening to. Like, the devil's on your. It's like the devil on your shoulder, the angel on your shoulder. It's like, I'm over here grasping all this information. I say, you know what? I'm gonna hold myself accountable. Like, you listen to Necromancy, right? You said you listen to Necromancy, so it kind of lets you know, like, I know you probably haven't heard none of my old music, but Necromancy is like a song that can show you a lot of my growth, because I used to rap about a lot of those things that would fuck up our community. I'm not saying I'm finna be the most conscious rapper ever. I'm not saying that. But I'm finding myself on how I can still say certain things and make it be cool, like impactful, inspiring, and powerful shit that can, but it could still be cool on a trap beat or something that I grew up with. So I'm not saying that Kendrick is trash. It's just the mainstream class or artists, I'm like fasting on that right now, because it's like I'm just straight right now. Like I should be able to have that choice. So right now I have just been listening to myself. I have just really been on my own thing. I haven't been listening to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably meet
So when you step outside of
Kamikaze.
the Lemmy, do you go to, when you step outside of like your own music? So like similar to like Kamikaze, he gained, he's stepping outside and he's listening to other stuff. What do you listen to?
Oh, like outside of hip hop? Outside of hip hop?
No, step outside of Lemmy. You said you mostly listen to yourself. You creating your own sound. You trying to, hone in on yourself. I went through that stage as well. I'm going through it now. I want to more so do like a 2 Code for the most part. I can't do it as well as 2 Code. She's her own individual. Even though it might be rough around the edges, I like that shit. To have a person so raw and uncut to the point where I gotta wake up and like, damn, she not on. Fuck it, it's a boring ass day. Like I've heard about all the crypto, I've heard about, but it just bringing that to say, when you step out or you outside of the booth or your sound session, what would you listen to? Like that's current or
if I wasn't on my fast, if I wasn't on this fast that I just because this shit kind of just really started, bro. Like I've been on this shit for like a month now. Is that a question you asked? If I wasn't doing fasting and doing none of this stuff that I was talking about, who would I listen to? Who would I listen to in a heartbeat? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I would have took a. And bro, it's funny because I'm not even like the biggest conscious rapper fan, bro. Like I live in Atlanta, bro, and I love the artists out of my city. I love Future. I love the old Young Thug. I love I still love Max B. Max B is my guy. You know what I'm saying? As far as artists right now, Nipsey Hussle was, I was listening to Nipsey Hussle in 2011 when nobody knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? I would probably go back and listen to the old Nipsey Hussle. Damn, who else? I like what Pop Smoke was doing. I like the Christopher Walken track. But lately I listen to a lot of Afro beats too. I like the Afro beat sound. Coming out of Nigeria and Ghana. That's why my label is called the Triangular Trap Tsunami. I listen to reggae. I listen to dance hall. So to really answer your question, I probably would have been more on a reggae vibe because reggae is like the most conscious and like more high frequency music out of all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it goes unnoticed as that, but I would probably be on my reggae shit. But just to answer your question all across the board, those are artists that I like. I love Lupe Fiasco. My bad. I love Lupe Fiasco too. That's probably my favorite conscious artist of all time, Lupe Fiasco. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So to answer your question, those are a few elements that I'll be on.
Was it the Cool or what's the second album?
His first one was on Food and Liquor.
Not the Cool, but what's the first album?
Food and Liquor.
Food and Liquor, and the second album was
the Cool. Was the Cool? You was right.
Okay, so which album do you feel is out of those?
All right, and after you get to this one, we'll go to Mouse because it looks like he wants to step into the conversation.
All right, cool. So. I'm gonna tell you which one I like and why. Damn, man, it's tough, but I'm gonna go Food and Liquor. I'm gonna go Food and Liquor though, because Food and Liquor is like, man, I can go back to that shit now, and he's like, you know, they say Jay-Z got the blueprint. Holmes was kind of laying out. He was kind of laying out a blueprint. Like, he got the song talking about the son that need his father. My daddy sick of us because he don't never pick me up. You know what his problem is? He don't know where his father is. No positive or more out of the playroom, none a bit full. He was kind of painting them pictures on that shit. And then he even went at Jay-Z in one of his songs. He was like, I used to hate Jay-Z because of the. He said the nigga he was kind of like talking like me how I am now. He's like, because the women degraded, and then he said I heard Too Short, and he said bitch, and this certain things like that. I can't say it off the top of my head, but he ended up having a song with Jay-Z is actually the person who found Lupe Fiasco and sponsored that album for him, and that's kind of what brought me to Lupe Fiasco. So I'm gonna just go Food and Liquor, even though the Cool. I ain't taking shit away from the Cool because that shit is hard too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna answer
my own session because I'm going with the Cool. Food and Liquor is like I said, they right there next to each other. But the Cool just took me by surprise. The dude went in with that. But yeah, he did, so much complexity with that. The Cool and like food, like I said, Food and Liquor with he had massive tracks on there. But yeah, so we'll chop it up on that. But hell yeah, okay. So now I'm getting a better understanding. Thank you.
For sure. Bless up, man.
Mouse you up.
What's up, fam? How's everybody doing?
We good. What's going on with you, Mouse? What's up? You want to add to this, my guy?
Yeah, first off, I want to say props to Lemmy for going through this fast and really just taking just really taking care of yourself. I think I just want to kind of echo the message you were saying is, and on my perspective is like I listen to every genre, but there's like a time and a place for everything, and then there's certain shit that I just stick to, and I listen to that just like keeps me on a higher like vibration frequency. Like I think it's just being self-aware of what you're putting into your mind on a day in and day out basis, and really just taking care of your mind and your soul. And when you constantly listen to like violence and anything like misogynistic and stuff, I mean that's just what you become. And so that's why what always attracted me to like underground hip hop my whole life is they were actually speaking about life stories. They're spinning facts about, shit that you could relate to. Like one of the most recent artists that I started listening to is Londrell. Have you guys heard of him? Well,
Nah.
I would definitely like if you're ever feeling like you need a little pick me up, Too Cold or anyone else, like go throw on some Londrell, and he's got some, man, the vibes that he puts out, man, it's just all positive, all spiritual, but you could vibe to it, he's got some cool beats and stuff, so check him out. It's really good stuff, and like even like back in the day, I was listening to folks like LMNO. He's like a white dude who could really fucking rap, but he kept it constructive. He put life into perspective. He talked about how, like, just the trials and everything that everybody goes through life. So I just want to echo like, just being aware of what you're putting into your mind on a day in and day out basis is really important, and respect for you going through your cleanse, bro. I think it's gonna make you a better person and even better rapper.
Respect, bro. Shit, respect the Sinosaurus too, man. Because it's always good to, just bounce off, like open up and just be transparent somewhat, like, because we all growing, we all got something to give. But Crypto Mouse, you know what it is, man. I appreciate your feedback and all of that. Bless up.
And with that, right, I think it's time that we get into the exclusive track. What y'all think, boys?
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm talking to my guys. It's their track.
Oh, my bad. I
Hey.
ain't get to play that shit. My bad.
Nah. Hey, the people, play what the people want to hear. Homes want to hear that shit.
Yeah, I wasn't saying force it out there. I was just saying like I'm ready if they ready. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. So we got the exclusive track of the week from our guys Xlemi and Kamikaze. And before we roll into it, they gonna lay it out for y'all and let y'all know where they coming from with it. So go ahead and set this up for us, you guys.
This one is called Decentralized. Like it was a lot of talk about just what coins are decentralized, what projects are decentralized, and being that this topic was about social media and everything. I kind of and even involving my fast, I got off of social media too. I got off of Instagram. I got off of Facebook. I deleted the apps off my phone. I was gonna delete Twitter, but since the only reason I didn't delete my Twitter is because I got to do this particular space right here. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot to me. It means a lot to Too Cold and Kamikaze that I'm here. And then also my biggest following is on Twitter. So I just didn't want to neglect the people all the way. I'm like, really, I really care about this cleanse that I'm having. I'm really trying to hold myself accountable. And with that being said, I'm somewhat making my life decentralized because it's like you can't tap in. It's not easy to tap into me like a certain crypto like XRP or the ISO coins and shit like that. Those things are decentralized. You need private keys. You need to ask questions like Sinosaurus to really tap into the person that I am. So that's where this concept came from. I'm just saying my life is decentralized like crypto, or I'm striving for it to make my life decentralized like crypto. Because as you grow as an individual and you ascend, certain people may envy that. They may not like it. They may, they may want to do something to you about it. So I'm kind of also wanting to influence my listener. It ain't all about that. Decentralize yourself, back away from it. The generational wealth is coming, and you're gonna be good, type shit. So that's where this came from, for me.
Yeah. For me, the song decentralized to me, yeah, it means that, yeah, just separate yourself from the central, attention of being, yeah, the central, what's the in thing, the mainstream, trying to, break from that and being your own person. Because in the song, yeah, we talk about, how our lives are centralized in a way. So like let me say, he's on a fast. I've been also on this journey of, trying to find my sound, trying to find myself, being on this long journey for the past, uh, I don't even know, like 4 or 5 years. I've been through this whole thing of, I've been trying to find my place in music, and also not trying to conform to the standards of the music industry, creating my own standard, and being myself throughout my journey. Because I did lose myself when I was making music. At some point I tried to make all these mainstream hits at some point, trying to talk about all the dating things as well. So like in this time of my life, I just felt like, yeah, I'm just trying to be my own person, and yeah, decentralized, basically that's what it means to me. Though it is a crypto term, speaking about like all the cryptocurrencies, but in this aspect, I'm talking about me being authentic to myself, just connecting to my individuality and not conforming. So overall, decentralizes, yeah, a song about just doing you, and not following what people tell you to do. Though the message always ends up in the right person's ear. When you do you, even as an artist, your decentralized sound. Let's just say music, you being you, is being decentralized. So you having a decentralized sound, you're gonna end up finding the right people. It's gonna end up hitting the right ears. Lemmy's music's gonna end up hitting the right ears. My music's gonna end up hitting the right ears, and it's gonna affect those people in the way that we want it to. So yeah, the message, just like any ISO coin, the message always reaches a destination at the end of the day. It's instantaneous. So yeah, we just doing our own thing and trying to make ends meet at the end of the day, make our money and generational wealth. That's the most important thing. I've also been at this phase of like not trying to be famous, not trying to be in the limelight anymore, because yeah, I see how draining that is, how tiresome it is to try and put up this image and stick to this image. It's all not worth it at the end. So um yeah, that's basically what I thought of when I was, when I heard the song, when Lemmy sent it to me. So yeah, this is Decentralized by me and Lemmy.
All, all right, here we go with the 8th exclusive track, Kamikaze.
My whole life is centralized, traumatized and sensitized. All your shit you plagiarize. To the moon we finna ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life is centralized. Pleiadian, I'll be a guy. Financially free, no Amistad. No 12 years a slave. Sega Genesis, she's a rage. Triangle trapping, who was flew the gun of the mayor they bang too cold. Sacramento, shawty, Punani or Benzo. XR paid, I can't pay rent, bro. Suspect them have a stench, bro. My body is a 10. Kryptonite, I'm raised with sense. MAGA hats, no Donald Trump. Kamikaze, that's my pen. Socially, I'm not intent. You won't misrepresent who I'm in. 8 arms working like a squid. RPJ, I feel for pigs. Swine, slime, sublime. Every syllable in my line. Every Satoshi on my blockchain. You know the block is hot, man. You know just how I rock, man. Crypto, I don't do stop, man. If you knew meta, you do better. Buy from a stranger, send a ledger. Yeah, my pleasure. My whole life decentralized, traumatized, desensitized. All your shit you plagiarize. To the moon, we finna ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life decentralized, Pleiadian. I'll be a guy, financially free, no Amistad.
Yeah, I do my own thing, yeah, I go my own way, yeah, I spread my own wings, cause I roll my own J's, and I am my own king. I can never ever slave if you do not think that's how you dig an early grave. I ain't the center of attention. Decentralization, it's just like word of mouth, the message always reaches its destination. My things are instantaneous whilst you out your waiting. What's your consensus? You're just out your staking and get the bacon. Look how empty your plate is. Your wallet is so spacious. Your investments are not really the safest. You're not gonna make it. All you need is some patience. The top is for the taking, but you ain't take it, and that's how you lose. You don't know what to do. Taking financial advice from people on YouTube. You gotta see the patterns, and it ain't nothing new. Television is the only clue you gotta see through.
My whole life decentralized, traumatized, desensitized. All your shit you plagiarize. To the moon, we finna ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life decentralized, Pleiadian. I'll be a guy, financially free, no Amistad. My whole life decentralized, traumatized, desensitized. All your shit you plagiarize. To the moon, we finna ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life decentralized, Pleiadian. I'll be a guy, financially free, no Amistad.
Hey,
I'm trying to.
decentralized.
Who was that second guy, man? That dude tore that shit up.
That's
So,
Kamikaze.
oh shit. Oh, y'all got some competition going on right here.
That's
Oh, I see
Kamikaze.
why y'all putting that together.
That's them. That's we're the
Yeah,
triangular trap.
he doing this thing, bro.
You feel me? We're the triangular trap, and as they was saying, right, how they're focused on what they're focused on, right? That Lemmy's a musician, and he's also works full time and is a family man, right? And he's an investor. When we found each other the same way right here, right? He rolled into a space call, right? So he was very present, right? And him falling back, I don't take it no type of way. Like he said, he's fasting. I respect his mind and where he's going and what he's doing, right? Because at the end of the day, behind closed doors, we still communicate every day, right? And then and then Kamikaze found me the same way, right? He stumbled in a room that was about this many people in it. And it wasn't recorded. We were just kicking it, hanging out. And this is kind of when I first started the cookouts, right? Like really kind of taking it serious. I had already been doing some calls already and had some projects on. And he just stumbled in under his regular profile and was like, hey, I'm Kamikaze and I have this, I'm building this project. It's Sonar Muse. And, he gave us a little spill on it. And I was like, well, come back on Sunday, because that's when we have a bit of a bigger crowd. And, it's for exactly what you're doing right now, talking about projects on the XRPL and bringing attention to them. And he did. And we've been locked in ever since, right? And then it took some time for Kamikaze and and Lemmy to get their flow together on their own relationship, right? But this is what it's all about. When they say they're decentralized, I don't mind being their mouthpiece, right? Like I can't speak for them, but I speak for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm the voice that lets everybody know that they still here, but they working and doing what they doing. And when they need to be present, don't worry about it. They gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with Lemmy creating his record label years ago before he even ever met us, right, is if you hear in all his music, he calls it the triangular trap tsunami. And we say it all the time in our group chat, you know, his vision is coming to life because we are the triangular trap, right? We each bring a different element, and my element is the voice, right? Like I'm here and I'm out here in the streets letting people be reminded and letting them know that they are present and relevant, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like I said, it's a recipe that we formulated and it's been working. And you know, however they need to adjust, I adjust what it is that I need to do in order for this team to keep moving how we need to move, to continue to progress how we need to progress, right? And as far as decentralized goes, right? Like if Jakes was here, he would tell you we had this conversation. X-Rated knows too, right? Sino Short and Hales, y'all have been a part of these conversations. Like Jakes had brought up, you know, a couple calls ago, like well, while we were just chilling, not on a recorded line, like, Two Cold, you gonna start going to crypto conventions and shit? I'm like, yeah, you know, that would, you know, once money is right and I could like travel like that, that would be dope. But I don't, I still don't want my face to be out there, right? my voice, my voice is all good. I'm good with that 100% with my voice being out there and letting that be what gets the attention or whatever. And it's not that I'm necessarily trying to be in the spotlight, right? It's just I do have a I I do like the feeling of helping people, and I like talking to people, and it's helping me in my depression help you. You get what I'm saying? Like that if you don't know anything about depression, that is a part of the recipe to help get yourself out of depression is going to help other people, because with helping other people it helps you help yourself. So that's why I'm so present and relevant, right? And if I didn't enjoy what I'm doing, I wouldn't try to continue to grow these cookouts to be bigger and better and more consistent. Like, you know, we've went from one show on a Sunday to now we have 4 shows, and now we're trying to throw in a 5th show for a Monday for a cross chain show bi-weekly, right? So if I didn't enjoy doing it and enjoy helping you guys and helping the community and being a part of the community, I could fade to black very easily. It's easy for me to be decentralized. I'm decentralized from my family. They don't know anything that I'm doing. They don't know that I have a YouTube channel. They don't know that I'm on Twitter. The last they've heard of me, they've known my whole life. I've never had a Twitter. Never. And since I've been in my depression and I started trying to get in the stock market, and then I just got heavily involved in the crypto right now, right? Obviously, my Twitter presence is relevant, and nobody knows. Nobody knows I'm on music with Lemmy and Kamikaze. No, nobody knows nothing. And I say all that to say this, like when Jakes was bringing that up about going to crypto conventions, I would go, but I still want my face to remain anonymous, right? I still want to not be recognized in the streets by my face, right? If you talk to me and
Which
you
is
hear,
why he's getting you a helmet.
right, which is
Full on.
why he wants me to wear a Too Cold type of helmet, right? So I will go to crypto conferences, and maybe that will bring more attention to me by being the only one in the room wearing a goddamn mask, right? But I just don't want people, if I don't want people knowing my face, you know, and especially with the shit that I've been through on Twitter and these weirdos that are weirdos, like I definitely don't want people like taking pictures and knowing what I really look like. So I will remain decentralized even when I step out in public. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that song was a vibe, y'all. I was feeling that. Yeah. Most deaf. X, can you talk? How would you vibe into that? X cannot talk. Mouse, how about you? Word of God. Anybody, somebody? Scream. Oh no. All right, how about you, Hales?
Yo, I loved it, man. That was some heat for sure.
There he is, cleaning pools out in the hot Vegas weather.
Oh, that track definitely did bring the fire. I'm a fan. Lemmy knows I'm a fan. And now I'm a fan of Kamikaze too. And I just don't have enough letters in a Twitter post to add him to the Spectre post I put out.
Yo, so I got a question for Kamikaze and Lemmy. Do you think that since you guys have worked together for the time being, has it benefited you guys and helped you grow a lot? Because yeah, to me, through the music, it definitely sounds like you guys have grown a lot from each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I can honestly say, working with Lemmy has it has brought a whole lot of new knowledge in how I create music, because it's more than just myself now, and I have to consider, like, you know um all the other ideas he comes up with, and not just my ideas. So he has given me some suggestions, and we we talk about things. We debate certain aspects of the sounds. Yeah, we talk about, like, maybe this needs to change a bit, this needs to improve a bit. And yeah, sometimes I feel like he has helped me, observe certain sections of my sound, and how I can, better myself. So yeah, he has helped me a lot in growing and observing music differently, you know especially in terms of mixing and mastering too. Yeah, he's helped me understand that a bit more. Though I did know about it, he just helped me, um have a better understanding of how to improve that. So yeah, Lemmy has helped me quite a lot. And yeah, the journey has been quite an interesting one, and I appreciate him for that. And yeah, uh, I can't say it enough. Yeah, thank you, Lemmy. Like, I really appreciate what we have right here, man. And yeah, this is just the beginning, and I hope that there's more to come for sure. So yeah, overall, I can say that yeah, he has helped me.
For sure, for sure. Likewise, man. Just coming from where Kamikaze's coming from, man, in Africa, like, it's kind of like emotional when I think about it. Like, I made this label called the Triangular Trap Tsunami for a reason. Like, it's near and dear to me. My roots is Caribbean, and we all come from the motherland, and it just stemming from the meaning of my whole thing. The Triangular Trap, me meeting Tuco, me meeting Kamikaze, is like all surreal, and we're like minded within where we're going in life, and just a lot of the things that we're doing. And just to give Kamikaze accolades away from him being an artist, he's a developer as well. I've learned so many things from him outside of the music that I can apply to my life, as far as just creating your own website and doing some certain technical things, with him being the leader of Sonar Muse. And then also, if you listen to a lot of my songs, it's heavily trap bass. It's heavily trap music based, because if I was to have any gimmick, it would be like the sound, the trap music, the trap beat sound, like, to lure the listener in, because that's one of my foundations. And then it's just hot. But Kamikaze, it's like, fuck that. I'm about to make these boom bap beats, and I'm about to bring it back to the essence. And I appreciate that shit too. And it's like, I can do that. I can rap on those beats and still come with it on those things. And he's challenging me. He's sending them off to me, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like keeping me all across the board fine tuned as an artist. And because it's all about being an artist to me. So those things, I rise to those challenges. And Kamikaze is younger than me, so I still see things from his point of view as a young guy, and he sees where I'm coming from as, like, I guess, a OG, so to speak. So, and I love it. I love it. This dude is young and he's adapting to some of the things that I'm saying, because a lot of the young cats where I'm from, they'll hear you, but then they'll go out there and go do some other shit, and it's okay because we all grow differently, but it's like, man, to be more receptive to it is more admirable to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm your dad and you gotta listen to what I say type shit, but everybody's watching. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's watching, and everybody is I ain't gonna say only God can be a judge, but like, they see your character for who you are. And Kamikaze is really a good kid. He's going places with his talent, just juggling, being a developer, and coming back doing the music and doing his thing. He really loves his craft and what he does. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make this a emotional, pamper everybody up, but this is real. This is really how I feel. Like, I had an artist who I was working with, and I'm not taking nothing away from this artist, because Sinosaurus, if you go listen to my songs on Apple Music, you'll see that an album that I just dropped, I was doing music with the same type of content that I was just going against, and I hated it. And I told him about it too. I told him, I was like, yo, you doing your thing. I know you sought me out as a good artist, but yo, your content, I ain't trying to bring that out and do those type of things. And it's rare where you can, at least for me, where you can find somebody like-minded in that aspect that can gravitate to the things that you bring in. You know what I'm saying? Like Kamikaze, he just like, Lemmy, you got something for this? You got something for that? And I give it to him, and he come with it. He don't shy away from the challenge. He see it, he dissect it. If he got to do his research, he do it. You know what I'm saying? He step up to the plate. Sometimes I'll give that stuff to my other guy, and he'll keep it basic, he'll keep it raunchy, he'll keep it one dimensional, and it's like, nah, man, we trying to grow now. Like, this is not the energy that I get it. You trying to put that out, but I'm not trying to put that out. So, to each their own. I got a lot of respect for Kamikaze. When he's my age, he gonna be a beast. If we still rocking together, he's gonna be a monster. He's gonna be a monster because he gonna know how to approach it, and he stay to his roots and his foundation. He good. He good. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so next week, or in the next coming weeks, just be cautious. Like, we're gonna keep the sound more, back to the basics, like boom bap kind of vibes. So yeah, that's what
Hell
we're
yeah,
going with.
bro. Keep them boom bap beats coming. That shit's fire, bro.
Yeah, and Kamikaze just sent me a crazy beat pack, and I'm like, shit, this shit crazy. Like, this shit hard. Like, all right, this what you trying to do? Okay, and a lot of the other trap beats, I gotta pay for them, but I'm still gonna be doing my trap thing. But I'm gonna rock with the guys I've been rocking with for a while. So you'll start to hear a balanced sound. Like, I'm excited. I'm excited because it just opens up the creativity. It opens up the flows. It opened up those. It opens up the artistry for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's God works in mysterious ways. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this guy for real. He yeah,
Yeah,
and grateful
I,
Yo,
I
just
I'm
as
saying
much as I'm grateful
likewise.
for Tuco.
Yeah,
Triangular trap
definitely.
tsunami. You feel me? Like I
Oh
said,
yeah. Oh
we're
yeah,
that moving
one more
triangle.
thing, Tuco. One more thing, Tuco. Kamikaze do got his own label too. We don't want to shy away from that. He got his own label, and if you want to speak about that, you can go ahead. Because the triangular trap, that's my thing, and anybody could be a part of it because it's a worldwide thing. But I don't want to shy away from what Kamikaze got going on and shit like that. I know he built he got his labeling and things.
Oh yeah, I mean we all got our own moving parts, right? Just like the Too Cold brand as well. Like
For sure.
but we're all intertwined within each other. So yeah, shout out Kamikaze. Go ahead, tap into your label, man. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so yeah, shout out Charlene for bringing that up. So my label is called Villain Gang. which basically started with me and my homie Art Blessing. Well, he was one of the guys who produced the Necromancy beat. So him and I, we were in varsity. And yeah, he's one of my closest friends. He we worked on music. We decided, okay, so we feel like the world is too cold right now. Like, no pun intended. The world is cold. The world is really fucked up. We feel like the villains out here because we're not conforming to like what's happening in society. We don't really like what society's bringing up. So we decided, okay, let's start like some label, and we had a few of our friends. I have quite a few artists that joined in, left, but yeah, we've been into, just working on unorthodox kind of sounds, and that's how we are. We've always just stuck to the kind of sounds we like, and that's what Villain Gang is about. Just the outcasts, and being feeling like we wanna do something different to the world. We're not really like the bad guys, but we just feel like, yeah, the world, we're not conforming to what the world has for us. So yeah, Villain Gang is more about being free and doing you, being who you are. So yeah, we do have a few artists on our side. There's an artist named Claude Steez Cat. He's a pretty dope artist. He helped me basically, stay true to my sound too. And I do produce for him. I've been helping him work on his debut album, and hopefully it comes out this year because we've been working on it for a long time. So yeah, that's Villain Gang. Villain Gang is a label about like just being you and not giving a fuck. That's basically what it is. Not giving a fuck and just not conforming to what the world wants you to do. So
Excuse me, excuse me. I don't appreciate you cussing on these airwaves like that. Okay, that is not very conducive to what we're doing here.
I'm sorry,
Fuck
ma'am.
that shit.
I'm
Um,
sorry, ma'am.
why don't you ever bring them through to cook the wake and bake vibes, bro?
All right, I'll definitely invite him to one of them for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
because this is what it's all about, right? Any artist, this isn't just about Lemmy and Kamikaze. We're hoping, that's why we're trying to stay as consistent as we can on Thursdays to do exactly what Patrick said, right? Today was this week was a stressful week in the crypto markets and even in the stock markets, right? And any space call you were hopping in this week, it had to do with Luna. It had to do with the market. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's red!" or "Yay, yay, yay, it's clearance sale!" And it's just a lot of emotions that have to do with your investment in the market or what you're thinking about investing into the market, where whatever it is you're looking into, right? And Patrick said, he's just glad that on Thursdays we can just have regular type of conversations, you know what I'm saying, and not focus on the market itself. So, this is for any artist that is out there that wants to come here and share their music. Like, we hope to grow the Wake and Bake Vibes to for a place where musicians and artists come and start sharing their music with us, right? Like, it doesn't have to be exclusive content, right? It's just obviously we've never heard about you, right? So it's new to us. So come drop your music in, or if you know anybody, you know what I'm saying, who is a musician, tell them to pull up, you know what I'm saying, and come vibe with us, because we would play more music throughout here, but it's right now it's only mainly Lemmy and Kamikaze. Occasionally we get OC in here who drops a track. Josh from LFGO, he pops in and out. They were in and out the first couple wake and bakes we've done, and they brought us some music, right? So it's about sharing the music, you know what I'm saying? Catching the vibe, sharing the vibes. So definitely we do hope to continue this to grow to where more musicians come in here, and it's just like, you know, we could just vibe out a lot, you know what I'm saying? And in between the musical vibes, we could have some regular conversation, you know? So yeah. Yeah, y'all. Nah, you can't talk. Don't be raising your hand. Nah, go ahead. What's up, Sino Shore?
No,
Did
this
he call you? Did he call you Sinosaurus like you're a dinosaur?
Hey,
it's, it's,
all I did was what Kuko be doing. I be seeing the first part of the name,
You
but I
feel
don't
me?
be
Just
tapping on the thing. So don't try to
yeah,
play me. Don't be.
yeah. Oh, you already know the vibes, bro. We remix that thing up in here. You know, everybody gets a new nickname in here. Go ahead, Sino Shore.
okay, so this to Kamikaze and Lemmy by well, you either or can answer, but with Lemmy, how you deal with a form of fasting or intermediate fasting, and not wanting to be on that negative vibe or wave, more so conscious or building people up for the generational wealth. Would you do a collab or sign an artist? Like if I wanted to get on something and I'm gutter or I would say like hood rat ho shit, if I want to bring that edge, would you work with a person or artist of that nature, both of you, or sign them?
Oh,
Okay,
you see,
so
Lemmy left on that note. He said, fuck that. He ain't fucking with your hood rat ho shit type shit. You got to go to a triple X rated record label for that.
Mhm.
Well, I already signed a dotted line with him, so they're gonna have to buy
Nah,
me.
I think Lemmy got rugged. He'll be back though. But go ahead, Kamikaze, my bad.
okay, so for me, okay, it depends. So I wouldn't want to change your sound if that's you, right? And there is some parts of me that can relate to your sound, then sure, I would sign you. But it wouldn't if it doesn't like align with my values overall, then no, I wouldn't. But yeah, if it's just for like the vibes and I can catch something with your music, then yeah, for sure I would consider signing someone who is about that kind of stuff. Because sometimes there is that time where you want to feel like that, you want to feel like aggressive, you want to have that kind of vibe on you, so yeah, you need to have a balance. You need to find that balance on the Libra scale, that okay, I sometimes I feel this calm energy. I want to feel, this tranquil kind of thing. Or sometimes I want to feel this hype, and the only way you can feel hype sometimes is by listening to all this degrading music sometimes. So yeah, my answer is yeah, I would sign someone like that. It depends on if it's not too extreme though, not too extreme.
There you go, triple X rated. Going to what it's Villain Records. Wait, what's the record label again?
Villain Gang Music Group.
Villain Gang Music Group. You know, you feel me? You Villain Gang. You fucking with triple X rated right there. You fucking with our fam right there.
Hey. Yeah, he can work with Claude Steve's cat. Like I just pinned his profile at the top. So yeah, yeah, that he could check him out.
All right, and Lemmy, we got Lemmy back. There we go.
I missed the question, but I think I know what was it X-rated who asked that? Or
No, it was Sino Shore. If there was an artist who was a hood rap ho shit artist, would you sign them to Triangular Trap?
uh, if I feel like they coming from a real place with they shit, like, cause you got some artists that ain't coming from a real place with they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I feel you, yeah, I would, and then I would challenge you to like say whatever you got to say differently in a way that ain't got to be so damn degrading to these people listeners out here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I yeah. So it would have to like I was saying with Thug. I love Young Thug, man. I love his music. I feel like me and Young Thug, I talk about this shit with me and my friend all the time. He be sending me artists and stuff. I'd be like, man, if them artists was with me, sometimes I feel like I should just be a ghostwriter and not a rapper. Like, give people my concepts and then see how they can expand their work outside of just talking about the shit where they come from like that. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than where you from. And a lot of these people still make it. They go see the world and they still talk about that same degrading stuff. So me, yes, I will sign somebody like that because that's where we all come from. We all are, that's where the authenticity comes from. But I would just challenge them to bring it out in a different way, in a different, more positive, and still make a hit way. It's possible. Hello?
Sino Shore. Yeah, we still here, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm still here. You know.
Yeah, I ain't. You know, like my homeboy sent me a song yesterday from Future new album. Cause I was rocking the hockey jersey or whatever. Like, I like hockey. My homeboy play hockey. He like the only dude from the hood that play hockey. You know what I'm saying? And I gravitated to what he was doing. That motherfucker got me playing hockey. So now I'm be wearing hockey jerseys. I had the hockey jerseys to my like repertoire, and if you look at my avatar, I'm wearing a hockey jersey. So my homeboy sent me a song where Future, like my friend knows Future personally. You know what I'm saying? Like we know some of the artists from out here. Like I have a family friend that grew up with Young Thug and is his road manager. You know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta's small, like within the whole music scene. It's a big city, but it's small because if you really grew up here, you probably know somebody that knows somebody. So I still come from all of that. Like that's what I love growing up. But now that I'm learning certain things, it's like, man, it's just me. It's just me. Like I still kick it with these folks. I chop it up with these folks. We laugh. We do certain things. It's not like I'm distancing myself from the community. I'm just distancing myself from a certain type of art. You know what I'm saying? For myself. So I'm not bashing my culture and nothing. I still embrace my people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not uppity by any stretch. Like I can kick it with anybody, but I'm just saying like if I was to sign somebody, yes, I would, but that's how I would approach it. I would try to challenge them. You know what I'm saying? I would try to challenge them to just be a better version of them. You know what I'm saying? And who's me to say that this is your better version? It's not for me to say that, but if I see something in you that I can help inspire, then I'm gonna try to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I see that in a lot of these artists. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, I would in a heartbeat, because that shit might save them. I feel I ain't here to say it's like Project Pat song. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. They don't want to be saved. Fuck it. They can't be like how J. Cole took that stuff from Project Pat. So yeah, to answer
Right,
your
like
question.
similar to a pastor or Mace turning into a pastor, Mace or Malice turning into the pastor, Malice or the churchgoer. So yeah, I dig it.
X-Rated don't like that. He don't want you to grow. He wants you to stay rapping about the same trashy shit.
but you see what me and him got. He's on some of them too. He's on some of the tracks too. So you know I don't believe him. That's our balance right there.
Yeah, he's the yang to our yin.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
But yeah. So today was pretty good. We had some good conversations. Don't y'all think?
Yeah, there was a vibe, and it was episode 8, man. This episode 8 is amazing because it's my life part number, and I believe 8 is one of the best numbers
I
ever.
don't know
So
what's
yeah,
going
that's
on
what I
with
got.
y'all right now, but y'all are both sound so low and like you're eating your microphone or something.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was Lemmy and wherever he is. So
Yeah, my
it was,
bad. That's where I'm at. Hey, 8 is my life pad number 2, so I gravitated to that. I'm gravitating to 8, and it's lit. It's lit. Suko, check your email. I hope you got that.
Yeah, I got it.
yeah. So episode 8, yeah, this one was a vibe. It was quite an interesting conversation. I like the debates we had. So shout out to everyone who pulled through. It was amazing, and yeah, hope to see you guys next week.
All right. Well, before we close out, should we run it back? The exclusive track, should we run that one back again before we get
Yeah,
up out of here?
yeah, run it back.
All right. We got Decentralized again. This is the exclusive track from Lemmy and Kamikaze. Um, I want to thank everybody for pulling up. Wake and Bake Vibes is Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern every Thursday with Lemmy and Kamikaze. All right. We got Saturday nights, the XRPL pool party, okay, at 11 p.m. Eastern with Triple X Rated right there and Gorilla Jakes. Sundays, we have the foundation of it all, which is the XRPL Cookout, where the guests are XRPL projects that come and speak to and with the community, and the times vary depending on the first project locking in that time and picking what time works best for them. And so you can be looking out for those details of the cookout tomorrow, who the guests will be, the sponsored giveaways, and all of that. Because as we talked about earlier, keeping things kind of close to the chest and not letting out all your secret sauce, right? So the cookout details usually come out on Friday or Saturday morning if I'm running behind. And we're gonna start throwing in a new bi-weekly on Mondays, which is going to be a cross-chain space call with different projects from other blockchains, not just the XRPL. And I already have 2 guests locked in from 2 different blockchains. So be expecting that and be on the lookout for that. So we're going to extend the education, right? Because this is what it's all about. And we're going to learn about some other projects on some different blocks. And hopefully, since I'm so well versed in the XRP and XRPL, we'll be asking them blockchain questions so that I can learn along the way as I'm hosting these calls, right? So it's going to be the same type of vibe as Cookout, but just from different projects on different chains, and that's what we're going to start doing. And that first show is going to be on and 5 p.m. Eastern time bi-weekly. So we are just growing and growing, and I appreciate all of you guys pulling up today, joining the conversation, tapping in, tuning in while you're at work, even if you could not join the conversation. It is recorded so that you guys can run it back if you missed anything, or if you feel that you want anybody to catch a vibe and kind of hear what we was talking about, right? And any of the calls are on the Too Cold YouTube channel, so definitely tap into that, sub to that, and let's continue growing and doing what we does, right? So with that being said, we're gonna roll into Decentralized, the last song, and then we'll have some final words from Kamikaze and Lemmy. So let's do it. Oh,
You heard it here first on Wake and Bake Vibes, Twitter Space, we live.
here we go.
My whole life is centralized, trying to plagiarize. ride to the moon to ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life decentralized, Pleiadian. I be a guy, financially free, no Amistad. No 12 years a slave, say good Genesis, streets of rage. Triangle trapping, who else flew the gun? The man they bang, too cold. Sacramento, shouty, Punani, a Benzo. XRPL, I can't pay rent, bro. Suspect them have a stench, bro. My body is a tent. Crypto night, I'm raised with sense. MAGA hats, no Donald Trump. Kamikaze, that's my pen. Socially, I'm not intent. You won't misrepresent who I'm is. Eight arms working like a squid. RPJ, I feel for pigs. Swine, slime, sublime. Every syllable in my line. Every Satoshi on my blockchain. You know the block is hot, man. You know just how I rock, man. Crypto, I don't do stop, man. If you knew meta, you do better. Buy from exchange and send a ledger. Yeah, my pleasure. My whole life decentralized. Traumatized and sensitized. All your shit you plagiarize. To the moon, we finna ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life decentralized. Pleiadian, I be a guy. Financially free, no Amistad.
Yeah, I do my own thing, yeah, I go my own way, yeah, I spread my own wings, cause I roll my own J's, and I am my own king. I can never ever slave if you do not think that's how you dig an early grave. I ain't the center of attention. Decentralization, it's just like word of mouth, the message always reaches its destination. My things are instantaneous whilst you out your ways in. What your consensus, you're just out your staking and get the bacon. Look how empty your plate is. Your wallet is so spacious. Your investments are not really the safest. You're not gonna make it. All you need is some patience. The top is for the taking, but you ain't take it, and that's how you lose. You don't know what to do. Taking financial advice from people on YouTube. You gotta see the patterns, and it ain't nothing new. Television is the only clue you gotta see through.
My whole life decentralized, traumatized and sensitized. All your shit you plagiarize. To the moon we finna ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life decentralized, Pleiadian. I be a guy, financially free, no Amistad. My whole life decentralized, traumatized and sensitized. All your shit you plagiarize. To the moon we finna ride. Houston rocket, cloud to glide. My whole life decentralized, Pleiadian. I be a guy, financially free, no Amistad.
Hey, there we go with decentralized. And you know what? I almost forgot. We have an important event coming up, not just for Lemmy and Kamikaze, but Mouse, right, is a part of this and hosting this event that is going to go down in Xrpl. So, Mouse, you want to take the mic on this, and then we'll go over what Lemmy and Kamikaze will be doing there as well.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for the shout out. And yeah, we got this big event. It's for the community to vibe and to hang out and have a good time. So it's in the Xrpl server. We're gonna have a few different events: multi-layer spleef, team battles, and a Royal Rumble. So everybody versus everybody. And we're gonna have some music. We're gonna have a couple, like some exclusive music, so some music videos. We're also gonna be it's all gonna be on the Park stream. So every week, Park stream has these really fun live marble events and have different guests there. So they're the official streamer. They always come through with some fun events, and yeah, I'm super excited to have Kamikaze and Lemmy there. I know we've created a lot of buzz. We have I think we got over 60 people already signed up for the event. So it's going to be popping, and I expect more people to be signing up late. So I pinned it up top. If you haven't signed up, sign up there and just show your support for all of us here.
Yeah, so you can, if you don't have Xrpl, you can watch it from, like he said, from a Twitch app, right? The Twitch, and you tune into the Park live stream from Twitch. And then you can also tap into Park, which stands for Pixel 8 Rowboat Club. You can tap into their Discord. They'll be streaming in there as well. You can tap into the voice call, and I think they do the video in there as well in case. But for me personally, they did the Xrpl Craft Olympics a couple weeks ago, and I mean I have Xrpl, but I wasn't in there watching. I didn't want to be in the game watching, so I was watching from the Twitch app. And man, that shit is a vibe, right? Just even watching it and watching the participants play in Xrpl and doing what they were doing. The Olympics was hella funny. So I can only imagine what this Royal Rumble is going to be like, and the commentary that the Park Boys are going to bring through. There's also going to be commercials. I've submitted a commercial for Two Cold Coins, so there will be commercials during the event. And of course, you can't just keep Royal Rumbling without a little break, right? From staring at your computer screen for however long. So Kamikaze and Lemmy will be performing at the Xrpl in the Xrpl Spartan Arena. There is a stage set up. It is already built. Survivor, our guy Crypto Survivor, put in a lot of work building this dope stage. So they will be on stage doing a performance. They have 2 sets. And they will be performing live, and that will also be streamed on the park's event. So amongst the things that we've been doing, and kind of why that's not the reason why they faded to black, as they've already stated to you guys, but while fading to black, we have been rehearsing and locking in details and going over stuff for this event. And we got it down, and we believe we're ready to go and ready to show up and show out in Xrpl. So they will be on the mic giving a performance and doing what they does this Saturday for show. And this
Let
is
me
going
just add on to Cold. My bad, I forgot. There's going to be 1,000 XRP on the line for the winner. There's going to be X ring given out to people just for showing up, and there's going to be Stake X being given out for prizes, park tokens out for prizes, and also just for filling out that doc, like you're going to be submitted for a giveaway of like 10 XRP as well. So plenty of cash going around, or plenty of tokens going around.
There we go. Spreading the love, building community, making it rain. That's what it's all about. And this is going to be a first for Lemmy, Kamikaze, and myself, right? Well, I'm not a performer, but this is going to be their first metaverse performance. So, of course, we want to make sure that it gets off right, and it is done right. So they're happy with the rehearsals we've done. It came a little close, and we were thinking we might not have made it because they wanted the sound to be right, and wanted to make sure that we come in swinging, right? Like, we don't want to come in trashy and like fumbling the ball. Like, if we're gonna stamp our names on things, we always want to make sure we do it to the best of our ability. And if we can't do it, then we just can't do it, right? And we'll have to try again on the next one, right? So we're able to pull it off, and we all 3 will be in the building. I'll be doing some type of hype shit for him and all of that. So definitely tune into that live stream Saturday. At what time does it start again, Mouse?
It'll start, it's 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 Pacific Standard.
Okay, so there we go. 2 p.m. Eastern Time is what time it starts. So same time as the Wake and Bake right now, right? We started at 2 p.m. Eastern. Their first set is going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern is the first set that they're going to do. And I believe the second set is scheduled for 4 p.m. Eastern. So definitely. And also OC, if you guys don't know who OC is, OC Lost Art, he'll be doing a DJ set as well, streaming from Xrpl. So this is a first for all of us, right? The Spartan Arenas event, Lemmy and Kamikaze performing in a metaverse for the first time. And yeah, so this is going to be a whole little vibe, and hopefully I can capture it and record it and I will be putting it up on the YouTube channel, right? On the Too Cold YouTube channel. Not from the Parks stream, right? Because these are our guys, these are my boys. So while they're performing, I'm gonna try to get their 2 sets recorded and put on the YouTube channel for people to go run back and take a look at and enjoy, and probably show their kids, whatever, if they allow them to listen to the music and whatnot, and just show them like some dope stuff we're doing in Xrpl, right? So with that being said, Kamikaze, you got any last words? And then we'll go to Lemmy.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who pulled through today. It was amazing. Shout out to Crypto Mouse. Hope to see you guys on Saturday. It's gonna be a vibe for sure. We're gonna rock everybody's socks off. I hope everybody's ready to dance. Everybody's ready to catch a vibe in Minecraft. So yeah, let's get it. Hope to see you guys there. We definitely excited for this.
Yeah. Shout out everybody checking in. It was another great dialogue. Shout out to Cineshore, not Cinesaurus. All right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Cineshore. That was good dialogue. Hopefully we able to continue the dialogue. If you got more questions, we got more thoughts, we bring it to the other spaces, and we have our discourse. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Crypto Mouse. Just want to express my gratitude to you for allowing me and Kamikaze to be a part of this history, the Sparta event. Hope it's the first of many more. Y'all always showing love. Bless up, Hales. You know what I'm saying? Hales, I see you. You coming through in it. You've been in this thing for less than a month, and you've been making a whole tsunami yourself in this crypto space. So shout out to you. Shout out to Patrick. Everybody checking in. Wolf, I see you. You've been chilling the whole time. You know what I'm saying? X-Rated, you already know what's up, man. X-Rated, y'all hear X-Rated on my song, so I can't hate.
Thanks
I
for
can't
holding
hate.
spaces, guys, so much. I've been chilling
Yeah.
today, but a lot of fun today, guys. I appreciate all of you.
No problem. In defense to all the discourse we was having, check out my song with X-Rated, man. I let him talk all his bullshit and do all that ratchet shit. So I know how to have fun too. Don't look at me as some crazy hater. I'm just growing, man. The growth is real with me, man. So shit, it is what it is. But bless up everybody in the space. Catch y'all next Thursday. New music. We always working. Y'all know what time it is. Bless up.
Yes. Always working. And again, thank you guys for vibing out with us, kicking it with us. And yes, Hales is part of the fam now, right? She has been very consistent, very, very helpful, encouraging, and just, when I need a helping hand, she has been there. She's helping in the Discord as well. So shout out to Hales for stepping up, right? She said she found us months ago, and within this last month or so is when she started being a bit more vocal and being participating and not just a listener. And now she's in the middle of the action, and she has her own things going on behind the scenes as well, right? And I'm happy to hear the things she's let me know about, and her progress in the space. So shout out to Hales, most definitely. Mouse, you my guy. I fucks with you. You know what's up. Sino Shore, you know what the vibes is. Wolf of God, all the way from Russia. That's our guy. That's our Russian guy. He stumbled on us in the middle of the night one night. Me, X-Rated, and Jake's just on some funny shit, and he's coming back consistently all the time. So shout out all the way from Russia. We know where you at. Patrick is at work. I know he out there getting them HVAC systems put in, vibing to us while he's working. So shout out to Patrick and Space Park. I've seen you here all night, all afternoon tonight, and I've seen you in a couple space calls. So shout out to you, and thank you for pulling up and vibing with us, you guys. So again, much love. The 2 Code XRPL presents the Wake and Bake Vibes is officially over today. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you to my guys Kamikaze and Lemmy. And we will be seeing you guys on Saturday for sure. You dig? All right. We out, y'all. Much love. 1.